Welcome, Mech Warriors, to another week of Van Zant Militia Scrapyard Showdown. 7v7 comp brought to you by NWO Leagues. I'm here with my new co-caster, 5 Day. He showed his
Hello,
introduction
everybody.
last time. Yeah, say hi to everybody.
Good to see everyone out there. We are going to go ahead and have what div are we in? We're in Div E today, aren't we?
Yeah, we're in Div E
Teams
today.
of let's see, math. Just checking my notes here. That would be Erie, Sir not appearing in this game, and I'll see how often I can get that right. If
Yeah,
I don't, well,
yeah.
forgive me. It's been a long.
Fucking
Up against
Erie.
CDU Bandits.
Yeah, Erie, I'm telling you now, you need an easier to say team name. That shit is ridiculous. I am not saying Sir, what is it? Sir anything? Sir not app earring in this game. Yeah, that's a tongue. I'm
Yeah,
okay.
Sir, not going to be saying all that this cast.
I think someone pointed out. Well, you just pointed out to me that you're pretty sure it's a Monty Python reference.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
oh yeah, that's absolutely Monty Python and the Holy Grail thing. Okay, they will be holy hand grenade from this point forward.
All right, I just let Team One know they have a 5 minutes. Their 5 minute timer has started. The match is officially started, technically 4 minutes early, but both teams are in. Both teams are ready to go, and I said so. Uh, with that said, this should be a good match. I don't know what their standings are. We'll come to that in a minute. But for everyone who's tuned in, this is a double cast tonight. I will be casting this match, and then right after, these guys get out of the lobby. I'll be pulling in 228 versus the Coalition, which are Div A teams. Um, there's been a little bit of a lack in Div A casting this for the last couple seasons, so we're going to try to make that a little bit. We're going to try to course correct that a little bit tonight with some high-end gameplay. You up
All
for that
for it.
5 day?
Might as well. I mean, what else am I going to do with my evening, right?
Might as well.
Sir not appearing in this game is currently ranked number 2 in Division E. They're sitting at 2 wins and 0 losses, and the Bandits are at the cellar in spot number 6, which doesn't really mean much just yet. I'm actually hoping for a bit of an upset, just because it'll keep things interesting.
Yeah.
And I like those Erie guys. They're friends.
So the Eries guys seem to have won both the first 2 weeks of the season. CDU Bandits have unfortunately lost, but we're now reaching what I call the turning point. If a team wins now and wins the rest of their games, they can still have a chance at first place, right? So CDU Bandits are here. They need to bring it. If they bring it, win here, and then win some more matches the rest of the season, they still have a chance to actually place here. Now, if they lose here, their odds of even getting in top three are going to be slim at best. So they're kind of fighting for their life here. With that
Yeah, in many
said,
ways, they're kind of on thin ice. I mean, I wouldn't say the nail's in the coffin yet, but someone's bringing the hammer over. So if they're going to make
100%,
something happen, they need to make it happen today.
100%, and we're going to see if they can actually pull that off. Now, CDU, they're one of those units that in years past there was a lot of controversy surrounding them, but their cop team has been steady. uh, and they've had multiple. Let me rephrase that. They're one of those units like Fjord that have run multiple comp teams, and they've been pretty consistent. They're not the greatest comp pilots in the world, but they're down to party, and they've been coming to party for years now, and it's been
And
nice watching them.
they have a really deep roster of pilots over there that have been playing the game for a very
Yeah,
long time.
yeah,
It doesn't mean you've necessarily got,
that's what
the NBA
100% the
All-Stars over there, but
craziest
you
thing.
absolutely have people that understand the game and know how to get a team put together. So they should know what
Yes.
they're doing out there.
Team one
Team
has
1 is
locked.
locked, Team 2 is prepping right now.
Yep, Team Two is on the timer. While these guys get their stuff together, I am going to be a responsible person, start closing all my fucking extra tabs, so I only have the MWO leagues and the caster logs tabs right now. I'm trying to get organized. Give me a second, and I'm talking about it like an idiot. Okay, I'm a little drunk, but I warned the officials in the administration about that beforehand. and no one seemed to try to stop me. So you're all in for this as I am. We're fucking in this boat together, boys and girls.
Bring on the iceberg.
Oh no, my cat is under my feet again. I can't put my feet down. I have to rest him on the bar behind the desk.
Rest him on the cat. Teach him a lesson. Gently. Nothing rude, but communicate with the little furball. We're looking at River City for drop one, which is kind of the format that we're looking at. Drop one, for those who are
Oh,
unaware or new to this particular competitive season that the Van Zant boys have put together, is always the lightest of the bunch. So you can expect to see a lot of very, very squishy fast mech action.
yes. This is one of the most anemic tournaments we've had in a long time. Drop one is only 215 tons? No,
Yeah,
210 tons. Sorry.
210, 210.
Yeah, that averages out to 30 tons of mech. So if you want to take a 40 tonner, you have to down ton to a 20 tonner. If you want to take a 50 tonner, two mechs have to go 20 tons. So like you don't have a lot of wiggle room for anything. Though with that said, I have seen some ridiculous things, right? Like we've seen people down ton everything to a 20 tonner so they can up a one mech to like a heavy, right? It's insane what some like the thought processes of some people are. But like
And I
everyone's
did
cooking.
personally witness my first EYRI-B derby on this exact map earlier today.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, us at DPS we lost our match, but like we were doing chores between the drops. It was fucking stupid. Both teams are now officially locked, and I'm gonna go ahead and punch it. And then I'm gonna check my settings, make sure everything's good. It looks good. Now let's check the actual stream. All right, stream is running.
Now, honestly, any comp format where unlimited urban mechs is a metric means that we're leaning hard into chaos.
Yeah,
And if Ralphie is listening, I would like to politely suggest for drop one, if you put this together again, let's lean harder into chaotic and make this first drop on a 5-minute timer. If you
yeah.
want the Urbies to brawl,
And force service.
make them
Force
brawl.
service. You gotta force the Irvies too. If people are gonna play, well, you tell them tough shit. You tell them to suck it up and be a man. Okay. With that said, for those who don't know what the 7v7 format is, it is it's very similar to most 7v7s. There's a weight limit and stuff, a chassis limit. Now, there's a chassis limit of three of a chassis, three per match, but you can only have one variant per drop. Now, I'll have to go over these roles later because both teams are now in the field. I'm looking at Team 1 here. We
I'll go check
got
team two for you.
an Osiris 1P, Mistlinks, Flea, Kids Fox P, Hunchback, 4SP, Javelin, and Commando. I'm going to check see if they got some streak mechs over here while you go over the other mechs. No streaks. What we got on the opposing team?
I don't know, Build is running a 3M with 5 small pulse.
Enemy forces have Sigma.
And I'm going to scroll through a few of the others as I can get the darn camera moved over to check them out. Ghost of Winter, Jenner, with an SRM kit. And the game is being grouchy. I'm working out.
So Team 2 is
But so
going
far, everything
south
looks like they're here
side.
for a brawl.
They're
Heavy machine
all
guns and small
rushing
pulse
south
on
side.
Osiris 1P. Floydman in the Warthog with 14 AP Goss and a Flamer just to keep things interesting. Yeah, these guys look like they're looking to make it a close range game on Erie's side of the map.
So these
They're
guys are
taking
going
a very
south
wide
dockyard.
flanking mode. They're not even interested in the center.
I find this whole fascinating. So Team 1 is doing a hold strat right on the edge of fucking airport with a one mech in Overwatch. Now, this is a very weird setup to me for a light drop because the Osiris 1P was up on the
They
mountain.
bailed from it. They must have seen him crossing the water because CDU
Yes.
was on their way over to meet Erie on the flanks.
Yes, 100%. They're now going through city, but they're a little split up in the city. We're gonna see how this engagement goes. IDK build. Got spotted, took a little machine gun fire, not a lot of damage, but they now know exactly where Team 2 is. And here we go, here we go. This is going to be a 7v7 brawl, and this is going to go really fast. So get ready, fucking 5. All right. The flea is right in the fucking middle. He took a little bit of damage. We pulled out. The locust went in the middle of the blue team. Red team is trying to focus this flea and Osiris in the middle of them.
CDU has 2 flankers that ran right into the center of them.
Yeah, but the flea got out still at 21% HP. Drake and the Osiris is the most
Drake is
damaged
getting
mech on the
beat
field
up right now.
Yeah, Drake needs to get out of there because he's about to get picked. Trying to check his HP. His leg's weak. London goes down.
Drake's probably going to be next.
Yeah, Drake was the next one down. Now Lord Rackwater in the Hunchback is now the focus target. You can tell, but the Javelin fucking dies off to the side in the 3v1. Ghost of Winter does go down, but this looks like this has become very one-sided. Case Fox is lagged. He's about to get finished off.
To go down, and
King Mufasa gets picked. Floydman does get picked. It's a little more even, but it's now 2-4. The 2 that are alive are super fresh. We'll see what happens, but I do think that this is going in EYRI's favor pretty handedly. Mistleaks at 66%, both legs open, but he is doing a lot of fucking damage. That Commando is open everywhere and cooking. Mistleaks does go down. This Commando is going to go down. Is he going to get another kill? No, he does not, and that's game. First match goes to EYRI. GG's.
Wasn't exactly where we thought it would shake out, but the brawl did happen, and it happened awful quick. Well played, everybody.
Yeah, that played super south of the map. And no, I will not be getting APIs. That is up to the teams to do it. My job is to cast. I have no other responsibilities other than just to talk at you. People watching.
It'll be in the VOD.
Yeah, it'll be in the VOD. Alright, drop one's down. Next map is Alpine. Almost forgot, even though we played on it.
Now, you might remember what I said about maybe shortening the timer on that first drop, just because it's going to be a brawl that's lean hard into the stress of it. That has not been the case on Alpine. This big map has absolutely made itself known for the capture points being a priority. You really don't get much time to think because the map is so big. Even on a somewhat light drop like this, there has to be some map pressure or it can run away from you really quick. This has been a very interesting map.
We've seen it both ways in scrims, for example, this week. Other teams who went like double down on caps, like 2 mechs on caps or 1 mech on cap, but like even if you lose the fight, if your team can get all 5 caps, and the rest of your guys can at least hold off the enemy for a couple minutes, so you guys can get your caps like in the 300-400 range by the time most of your team is dead, you absolutely can still win on caps on this one. We've learned that both the easy way and the hard way by both capping the shit out of our opponents and getting capped ourselves. Oh yeah, my rant about EU teams. Yeah. It was the funniest thing. It was the funniest thing. We had pilots in the middle of doing dishes. We had pilots in the middle of doing laundry. I was in the middle of babysitting my niece and nephew and my own son, right? All in the middle of this match because it's like in the middle of the afternoon. Like, what kind of adult has free time in the middle of the afternoon, right? What kind of self-respecting adult? Oh.
Well, I'm apparently a grown human person. I was
allegedly
completely occupied with nothing but 100% focus on the game and performing entirely horribly. So that's was my contribution to today's games.
You did fine enough.
Nah.
It is
Poor
what
showing.
it is.
Pug behavior, 100%.
You know, DPS doesn't go as hard as it used to. We used to go hard, but now we let everyone else go hard, and we just kind of cruise through. For better
lean
or
into the
worse.
limp.
Yeah,
we go limp.
We lean into the limp. That's perfect. Team 1 is all green bordered. They haven't locked yet. We're waiting for that lock typed in. Team 2 looks like they're almost ready. They've been shuffling around a little bit. I've seen some tonnage changing. So we're gonna see where they're at. Team 1 stacking Bravo 2 Alpha 1 Charlie. I think that's the I think Bravo's the closest spawn. I can't remember. All I know is in our match, we got the spawns completely backwards.
Now, the spawns aren't terribly critical. I mean, it does help you maybe 30 seconds of travel time, but they're close enough that you can pretty much drop them wherever you want. With that said, if they are being intentional about stacking mechs in this way, all I know, they do care about the capture points and are going to make an effort to do something with that. So I wouldn't be surprised to see at least something resembling a hold out of CDU in this match.
Yeah. Uh, we've in previous drops we've seen it both ways. We've seen teams do the that northern pass. Now that the spawns are only about like 1.5 kilometers from each other at the
Oh
top
yeah,
of the
that's made
map.
itself really obvious. The
Yeah.
Northwest Passage has become a critical thoroughfare on this map because you can get all the way into the team opposed to you pretty quickly. It offers high ground, it offers cover, and if you're interested in doing a number of very
Shenanigans.
aggressive
Just
moves, that gets you into the
shenanigans.
fight quick.
If you have plans for shenanigans, take that northern passage. It seems to be dominating. Um,
With that said, that wall above it, we've seen a couple people with ER large mechs find a way to jump jet themselves all the way to the top of the cliff and just tickle ankles from miles away.
oh,
That's been a very curious corner of the map that I was not aware of before this tournament started.
yes, that too. I wanted to point out something that since our match wasn't casted, I'm gonna give a shout out to our opponents, TCAF. They did two full full commit ATM Thunderbolt strats on Alpine. We the first time we were ready for it, right? Because we were team 2 and we had the high ground. But when we were team 1, oh man, they took that northern passage with fast, like really fast mechs, all with thunderbolts and ATMs. And by the time we reached Epsies, they were on top of that hill north of Epsies, the with the radio tower, with all their ATM mechs and tags just locking up on us, and we were just like caught out in the open and immediately died. It was the funniest, most painful like way to lose ever. Because our
I mean, it was a high risk, high reward move, and I got to hand
yes,
that to them.
a hundred
But their
percent.
gamble paid off incredibly well
Yeah, it
because unless
absolutely
you
did.
rush straight for that same pass that they were coming through, they earned themselves a spot on very high ground, looking down at a team that has no cover for miles, and they just
Yeah,
farmed our asses
that's
off. It was
exactly.
a
Yeah,
beautiful move.
yeah. Oh man,
If we did something different, it wouldn't have been that way. But
Team
they
Two.
absolutely won the coin toss on that one.
Yeah, Team
Well
Two
done,
is
guys.
locked. I'm going to launch it. We got this first Alpine, so we're gonna see what they do. Uh, Cap and hold strat. Team Two side seems to be favoring cap and hold strats for the most part. Team One side has been favoring either pushing north, the north passage that we just discussed, or or they also do like a cap and hold strat. We've seen some interesting plays from teams over the last couple weeks, just scrumming them or watching their VODs from matches from yesterday or from previous like Alpine runs. So we're gonna see what happens here. Now, for those who aren't in the know, Alpine has seen some major changes to the spawns and the caps. For example, that mountain everyone gets pissy about in quick play for because the team who takes the mountain just farms the opposing team. That's now a cap point. You have to go there now. The Epsi's cap, which used to be over here, is now here. Gamma's still, well, basically
Command
where it's
coming in.
always been.
Capture and hold the
Kappa's
resource
moved to
point.
the southernmost
Stop any
point. Now I'm going to
hostiles
check here on
heading your
Team
way.
1 mechs. Team 1, we got a Black Lantern, Blackjack, Arrow, Javelin, a Stalker, Viper, Incubus, and Osiris. I'm going to bet money that Stalker is ER range trade all day. And I'm going to see what this Arrow is while you tell us what's on the opposing team.
They have resource point
Team
Gamma.
2 is bringing a Hatchet Man Warhammer. We got a Virago, so they are building for range in some capacity. Blackjack
Sexy.
Arrow, driven by Ghost of Winter. Everyone knows what that's going to be. Spider 5e, one Cicada 3F, and a Piranha B, which is probably just there to take care of their ankles when the guys get close.
So
Yep,
it's
4 ER large on the Virago.
this is so
We got
funny.
3
We
ER
just
large on
called
the
this.
Hatchet Man.
All right, so
Two binaries.
both teams are doing
On,
cap and hold strats. Team 1
We've captured
put their
resource
stalker
point
on the
C.
mountain,
We have gained Epsilon.
and his job is to shoot at any mech that peeks on the opposing Theta hills.
yeah, and EYRI's bringing at least some range. A couple binary builds. I'm not sure if that's just what people decided to do today or if that's part of their plan to do a mixed hold, but we're going to see very shortly. Teams are finally moving up into position. Team 1 is absolutely doing a hold. They're not interested in anything happening on Theta. And we got two lights and an absolute sprint to get to Kappa. We're going to see who blinks first or who can win the fight down there.
This Virago's the only thing on this team that seems to have the range to be able to even fight that Stalker. Now, that Stalker is...
The Hatchet Man is loaded with ER large. I don't think I've ever seen that before, but that's what they're bringing.
How many does that bad boy have?
3.
He has 3. Okay, you could do the
He's
same thing...
not going to win a trade with a Stalker, but he can...
You could do the same thing
get his attention.
On the, what's the fucking...
Command,
Katana Cat.
we have possession of Kappa.
You can do it on the Katana Cat. 3 ER
EYRI Spider
largest,
got there,
10-ton
encountered
slider.
the Incubus with CDU's team, and completely yielded the Kappa point to him. He is out of dodge, and CDU now has the 3 cap on it.
Keep one eye on those cap mechs. Let me know if they end up fighting each other to the death, because that's going to be important for the rest of this.
The Spider dipped. The Spider is currently watching the Incubus leave and going to steal the cap back.
That's hilarious.
Oh, he got spotted. There's going to be a fight down here. Let's see how the squirrels play.
All right, everyone else is just trading at like 2,000 meters and only doing scratch damage. I'm going to waddle this camera over to this fight and see what happens over here. Wow, this waddle is taking forever. Okay. So the
Spider got his legs a bit dinged up, and he is getting out of dodge again. Looks like he's intending on giving up on that fight because he is running the long way home.
That's interesting. That Spider needs this cap. Like, a cap and hold strat doesn't work if you don't have cap advantage. Now, both of the cap mechs are split off. Now, EYRI now has the second mech down on caps. They just added a second mech to the cap fight. Oh my god, that's not my cat. That's not my cat. Where'd you come from?
Did you just find yourself a random new cat?
There's a ginger cat that just jumped up on my windowsill. Inside. Okay, we'll deal with that problem in a second.
Okay, the magical.
EYRI needs these caps. EYRI needs these caps for what they're doing. They're doing a cap and hold strat, but right now
looks like we called it. Both their lights are pushing straight up the middle. They're going for Epsi. Yeah, they're gathering up for the push right now.
Yeah, they're going for Epsi's, but I do think they needed Sigma. Now, Blue's cap mech looks like he's heading to rejoin the rest of their team. That Stalker is still on its hill completely alone. The HPs of both these teams are still like wildly fresh. Now, Team 1 did eventually push that pass, and now they're coming. Now they're billowing south like the Mongolians, man. They're going full Mongolian on these guys. Who's that? Scribbly getting shots. Scribbly cannot stand it fighting his 3 mechs. They're way too close and way too fast. He needs to he needs to get the fuck out of there. Like right now, because he's about to get jumped. He's now officially jumped. The Viper is getting shots on him. This Javelin will be joining for free. He's probably going to be a free pick if he can't find a way to get out of this. The Viper is
gathered on an FC, but they have got themselves in a kill box. Right now, they need to make a decision and choose which flank to fight. Otherwise, they're just going to get farmed down there.
Yeah, EYRI is
they do
now
have a solid
surrounded
cap
from
advantage,
3
so
directions.
if they can drag this out, the timer will work to their advantage, but that's a scary spot to be stuck in, and they cannot stand there for long.
No, they cannot, because that Stalker, while damaged, is still getting all the farm it needs. Now, the Warhammer is pushing him.
Stalker lost a part. I think he just got halved.
I'm going to check.
We have a look at him.
No, he just lost his arm.
No,
well, he lost his arms.
You shot.
His lasers
shed the
were in
dummy
his
arms.
arms.
He doesn't need those.
No. Those arms contained all his lasers. He's down to 2 lasers from 6. The Prada.
The Warhammer is pushing. Yeah, that Stalker's going down right now. He's getting double teamed.
Yeah, Stalker is going to go down for free, or not for free, but he did lose his gun arms. He is going to go down. This Warhammer Piranha have his number, but Blue is pushed in. Ghost of Winter is dead. The Blackjack and Incubus, Drake and DC Roshan are now dead. This isn't looking good for blue here.
Erie just won the aim game.
I
Because
think
their
they did.
blackjack, as you mentioned, is gone. The Incubus is gone.
Ooh,
Position-wise, I thought they had the advantage, but it is not working out.
what
Oh,
you
we
just
have
said,
something of a
100%
comeback.
right. The Javelin just got fucking dumpstered by two mechs. The Hatchet Man and another mech shot him in the legs, took out his legs. My cat just discovered there's a new cat in this house, and there's probably going to be a cat fight
Black Lantern
around
made a
me.
push on the Warhammer, but he's now getting doubled up by the Warhammer and a Piranha.
Yes, 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 yes. Black Lantern, Black Lantern kind
Oh,
of
this
went
is
after the
turning into an
Piranha.
ugly game, and I love it.
He should have stayed on the Warhammer. Black Lantern's now legged. Oh, and he turned his good leg to the enemy. Keep that in mind, folks. If you get legged, it's not the end of the world if you put your bad leg in front of your good leg. And once you do
Brenda's
that,
sitting
don't
in a Leg
block.
Viper, and he drops, which just leaves one-legged Osiris
Yeah, the Osiris is all that's left. He is legged.
to prepare for glory.
This Hatchet Man is definitely going to finish him there. And GG's.
We failed.
That is not how I expected this game to go.
I did.
I did not expect to see
Oh my-
two semi-range teams
No,
brawling
no.
on the center cap.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, Kitty, who do you belong to? You have a collar on you. Do not jump out that
He belongs
window.
to the
Oh my
window
god,
and
this is
gravity.
a second-story window. Do not jump out of it. Hold on, guys. Technical difficulties while I try to keep this cat from fucking suicide.
All right, you deal with Garfield. That is win number 2 for Erie's team. Let's see here. Shagwan Jiner, I don't know if I'm saying that name right, and the Virago farmed his way to 533 damage for top damage for CDU. No, I'm sorry, for top damage for Erie. Yes. CDU, the Stalker got up to 286, and unfortunately, as I anticipated from how the game went, they were not landing enough shots with what they brought. All the numbers are awfully low, considering how the game went. That's unfortunate, and that cost them the match. So that's 2 in the bag. Round 3 coming right up. And in honor of Level's new feline buddy, go ahead and press F for feline in chat. Or don't. If you ignore me, that's probably just as good.
Alright. Alright, I got people dealing with the kitty cat. Alright, I'm swapping teams.
On your way back, I suggest people press F for feline.
Shut up. Oh,
It's all
shit.
part of my master plan to make people hate hearing me. It's working out like a champ.
I don't remember who's on whose team now, because they're all mixed teams. Okay, I know all the Erie guys belong on one side.
It's like a cornucopia of gamer tags. This is chaos.
Wait,
They're swapping sides.
did I swap them? Oh my god, did I just swap them back to their original sides?
Let's find out.
I'm sorry guys, I got distracted by cat. Okay, Erie was team 2 to start. Yeah, I put Erie back on team 2. Okay, Erie back to team 1.
Well, why both us and they get organized. We'll see how this goes. I got to step away for one brief moment, and I will be right back with you shortly.
Alright. Apparently swap success, so I guess I got the teams right. Cool. Oh, our cat's fine, Sean. Oh yeah, my son's making a cameo appearance like he sometimes does.
Dapper, get out the window. Dapper.
All right. While we're waiting on the teams here, let me check chat. Yeah, yeah. It wasn't my cat. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's the neighbor's cat. It was kind of crazy. Yeah, if you want the cat, it's a ginger cat. Bright orange eyes like oranges.
I have returned. And you were right to fear the daywalkers. Those are scary. Although you have to understand, that's a very rare treat. There's a lot of people that have just been sitting there saying, I wish I had a cat.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
what
in
the
your case, one manifested.
Yeah,
Just poof.
it did.
Hello,
Oh my
I am a
god.
cat.
I'm in the middle of casting that last drop, and then I just see this like orange blur jump in front of me, right? And I'm like, what was that? And then I look over my window, and he's over standing at the window. And I'm on the second floor.
Inside.
Yeah, inside. He came from inside. He didn't jump in from outside. He came from inside. So he came. I don't know where he came in at, but he got in the house and wanted fucking back out because he tried to jump out the second story window, and I had to.
You're a
Well,
wizard, Heathcliff.
me and the family just had to corral the cat. Uh, and fun fact, I just learned this while I had the mic muted dealing with the cat for a couple minutes. It's the neighbor's cat, and it got out of the house by jumping out of the second story window and running down the side of the building like a ninja, which is fucking crazy to me. Oh shit, who won the last one? I got so distracted with the cat. It was EYRI, right? EYRI won? Yeah, good
That is
job,
correct.
EYRI. Yeah, good job, EYRI. CDU has now lost what, the first two? So they have these
It is
next
2
few
0 Erie as we
drops.
speak.
Yes, so they have
Or Sir not appearing in this film.
they could still so CDU could still pull
Holy
this
hand
off for the
grenade.
last three, and hopefully they can, because if they can pull it off, that'll still keep them in the running to be able to place in the top three before the end of the season. Otherwise, it's going to be a really long road, and it'll require other teams. Their fate will be based on how other teams do instead of how they do after tonight. So I do hope to see them win the next three. How did I get a new cat? I don't know how I got a new cat, Errant. You're not going to hear me say this for 5 minutes, but I don't know.
It was definitely a short-term relationship. They've already gone their separate ways.
But apparently no one else in the house. There's there's two teenagers, my girlfriend and my son all in the house too, right? So none of them saw the cat sneak in the house either. So that's the craziest part. This cat just magically appeared in my house and then well, not magically, but semi magically tried to nosedive out of the second story window. Welcome to welcome to
Dude, with
Ohio, I
how random
guess.
the rest of the story is, it would not have surprised me if that cat leapt out the window and floated up.
I just looked
I
at chat.
ascend!
I'm looking at chat. Rule number one: always send it, full send. And then everyone else is just having a giggle about the cat. Yeah, yeah, I hate you all.
I
Oh
gotta
man.
tell you, in the chat logs, I'm surprised to see that there were this many options for orange cats just for thumbnails, ready and primed and good to go.
Alright, team one's locked, team two's on 5 minute timer.
Team 2, line
And
them up.
I typed it into
Oh, that's effective.
Uh-oh. Wait, I thought they took you out of here. How are you back in my room? The door's shut. Alright. Are you
Okay,
real?
level
Are you real? Hold on, let me touch it. It's real. I'm
All right, someone in your family just bought a new cat and forgot to tell you. I think that's what's going on.
I'll deal with that
Team 2
after
is
the
locked.
drop. Team 2's locked. I'm launching. I'm confused too, Artemis. I don't know what's happening.
Well, this is a very unorthodox turn of events.
No one expects just a pet to roll in. and be like, "This
Okay,
is
I'm
my
not too
house
good with the
now."
controls. I will attempt to manage the game while Level handles the Skinwalker scenario. Best of luck, everybody, including us, I suppose.
Yeah. What is happening in my life? Dude, this is how the whole day has been. 5 day,
What
since
other
this
animals have you
afternoon.
manifested?
No, not
You
animals,
don't have an
but
alligator under your bed, do you?
God, no, man. There's probably like a witch doctor under there or something. I haven't checked in a while. Oh,
Level's
no,
sitting
no,
here thinking, is that where I left my witch doctor?
come on, kitty. You go. All right, let the rest of the family deal with you. All right, I have corralled the cat out of the room. Mazel tov, everybody. All right, I'm looking at Team 1. Scribbly, Raven 3L, Alberus, Spider 5V. They got a Hatchman 68, Virago again, Hunchback 2CA, Warhammer 4L, and the Locust 1V. I'm assuming this Virago is ER larges, and yes, it is. What we got on Team 2 side? Ooh,
Team
this is
2,
a
we
lot
got
of
Locust
ER
Pirates Bay bringing... Pirates Bay, close enough. It's
Arr,
built like you
matey.
think it would be. We got a Jenner with 6 SRM6. Phoenix Hawk 7S, that's the fast boy with 2 snubs and small lasers as per expected, and a Charger 1A1 with 3 large X-Pulse and smalls. They're looking to make this up close and personal.
Very
Team 1
interesting.
is looking to make a fight out of this one. They're
Team
going
1,
straight for Theta right now.
Team 1's going straight for Theta, but they're a bunch of large lasers, so if they get too close, they could get pushed. Now, as you pointed out, Team 2
Team 2's going for Theta with 1 sassy little Crusader going up in the Northwest Passage. 12 smalls and 2 ER peeps. Okay, he's bracket builded. He's going to try to get their attention is my guess.
the Crusader. That could be a token Crusader. Now, he is off on his own, so if the enemy responds to him, he's too far away for even the fastest mechs to try to help save, right? So
That seems to be the case.
that's a huge gamble and a huge risk, but it could pay off for him. Now I'm looking here, seeing a bunch of blue lasers flying onto Theta. The caps already flipped, so they're not going to be able to stop it. Both teams have 2 caps. I'm looking at the mini map. Both teams' cappers are about to run into each other in Kappa. I'm going to check that
Here's got a
out.
Locust hanging out at the antenna with their hunchback, but he's kind of outrange for this sort of thing. I see the value in him spying, but
It looks
I
like that
wonder what the
Crusader
goal is.
dropped down to the low ground in Gamma, and he's going to regroup on Theta. Now, that Crusader has barely taken any damage. I think they would have been better off leaving him there, so they just had more crossfire opportunities. With that said, red team's
High mech
Pirates
behaviors down
Bay.
the south side are still shaking out, similar to how they did last time.
Oh,
CDU
Team
has
1's
flipped
capper
the
just
Southern Cap.
bailed. As soon as Kappa started flipping, Team 1's capper completely bailed and let him have it for free. The thing is, Team 2's capper is just a Pirate's Bane. That's been considered quite a weak mech when it comes to fighting for a while now. So we're gonna see how that plays out. But red team now has a 3 cap. Blue team, all blue lasers, expecting a hold strat. Gave up Kappa, and now red team can just sit here and let the caps flip. Uh, with that said, there's someone on blue team making their way forward, but my camera's moving really slow for some reason. Okay, it's the Locust 1V. Locust is behind the hill south of Theta. Now he could actually probably run up that hill, uh, right here.
Looks
Where
like
I'm
it's trying to
looking at.
find a gap. I wonder how well they have them scouted. If they're aware of how they're completely gathered at the hillside, he probably won't attempt to make it. And to be honest with you,
This is
he
interesting.
kind of needs to.
3 of these mechs are literally just sitting here. This is like a 4v7, 4v6. The Charger,
Well, I would like to see
Jenner,
that Locust
Phoenix
do is
Hawk.
come back down and help out his other light down south of Sigma. They could 2v1 this
It's
spider with the
yeah.
Pirates man.
With only 7 mechs on the field, they need that kind of mobility, right? Any mechs not in the fight, not doing anything, are literally
Well, Varys
dead
is going to
weight.
cap. He's going to try to flip it and make the game appear a little bit different. The question is whether or not he's in the mood to fight the Locust that is right on his heels. Everyone
Yeah.
else is just holding and trading.
Yeah, we're gonna see what happens with
Bluto's
that.
Incubus is very beat up. He's already under 70%.
Yeah. Where's he at? Okay, he's standing here. Yeah, they're expecting either a push or something to happen, but right now EYRI's technically winning
Albaris
the
once
range
again
trades.
bailed on the cap. The Pirates Bane has chased him off. This is still a 3-2 cap game.
All right, the Locust has finally given up trying to run across that open ground, which I think he should have done over a minute ago. Now the Locust is moving forward. If that Locust joined with the Spider earlier, they could have double teamed this Pirate Bane, and then
They may have the opportunity now.
oh yeah, Pirate Bane's chasing the Spider. Pirate Bane's chasing the Spider.
Yep, and the 1v is coming up right on his heels.
Oh,
It looks like they're going
the
to try
one
to
V
take
is
the Pirates
behind
Bane
him.
out.
That Spider has no way to get out of this. I mean, that Locust has no way to get out of this. The Spider just needs to turn and fight at this point. Alright, it's a 2v1 down south. Come on, Spider. Get back in the fight, Spider. Get back in the fight.
They're already starting to turn red on Landon's Locust.
Oh, land him. You took a fight you couldn't win. Oh, no. Now he's running. Now he's the
They
one.
know they got an eye.
Oh, they got his leg. They got his leg. It's going to be a free pick. Without taking much HP damage either. I can't.
That's the pick. That's going to be Kappa. So we need to see the response. I already see CDU's team.
Oh, come on, guys.
They're getting a little bit closer to trading range. They're basically hugging that ridge now. They're in a better spot to push if they need to.
All right,
Depending
now
on how
they
things
killed it.
go, they may need to.
They finally killed the Locust. Now that Locust was super necessary, and they shouldn't have let it kind of die for free. It did look like they knew where that Locust was, and when it was no longer there, they needed to do something about it. The Incubus dying for free, kind of trading alone, because he really was the only one kind of trading there. Everyone else is kind of like just stacked behind this hill, just waiting for something to happen. The problem
Ghost
is,
of Winter and Floybin are both holding down the entire backside of that. Their angles are set up really well right now. We got the Virago watching the other side of the hillside. EYRI's locked in right now. They've basically got control of the map, so if CDU is going to make something happen,
here
the
we
clock
go.
is ticking.
CDU is
Speak of
finally
the devil,
doing
they're starting to
something.
come down the hill.
Yeah, they needed to do this minutes ago. They could not secure the map. Now they might be able to pick off this Virago, but this Crusader is getting dumped into by 3 mechs at once. He's down to 72%. His CT is red. If this Virago gets another good alpha on him, this Crusader is going to be in a very dangerous position. But
And all 4 of them should probably push straight through that EPSI cap. With the rest of EYRI's positions, they can basically cut him off and receive no return fire if they keep pushing. And it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do.
yeah. I don't know if that's, even if they kill every mech they run into, I don't know if they have enough, I think they let the caps get away from them too long at this point. Now they're going to flip EPSI, which will slow down the bleeding. Oh no! Oh no! Blue has Overwatch over EPSIs. They can't even flip it. Every second here is guaranteed death. They need to wipe these enemies. They have to wipe the opponent off the field and secure like 5
CDU
caps.
still has a very slight cap advantage, but it is falling fast with the capture points at 4-1.
Yeah,
With only 7 minutes on the clock, that is not much time on a map this big.
It's
especially with
completely
most of the fast
evaporating.
boys gone.
Completely evaporating at this moment. Every second that they stall here, it is borderline suicide for their team. Their only play was after they killed that first mech just to keep rolling.
Aaron Ace is getting picked out right now. He's got a number of mechs surrounding him. I don't know how he got himself so isolated, but he's in a terrible spot and will die very quick.
I think he saw the
50%
Hunchback as pickable. Oh, okay. Well, he did get the Hunchback almost dead. Everything's open on that Hunchy.
Floybin found his way all the way over to the second hillside and took his back away from him. Yeah, EYRI played this really well. This is going to be another really good win for them.
Yeah, there's no coming back for Red at this point. They don't have enough guys to do caps. Even if they manage to kill everyone but one on EYRI's team, they're going to lose on caps here. They're still trying with EPSIs, but they
were in a decent spot to start the match, but CDU for some reason
held.
I think they had their mech flipped
froze.
up. They should have had the Incubus picking a fight and the Pirates Bane running support, and it was the other way around.
Yeah.
The Incubus got taken out early, and the Locust just was not built to get 2v1'd.
And 100%. The other big issue is they keep trying to take EPSIs here. They're now completely capped on. Epsies has Overwatch with blue lasers that can just scratch you and stop you from capping. So Epsies is considered
And we're less than 20
impossible.
seconds from the end of the round. It's
Yeah.
a moot point.
Well,
This will
they
be
shouldn't.
3 wins for Erie.
When they ran through it to kill the
We've
the,
gathered
the
enough resources.
Hellbringer, they should have kept running. But it might have already been too late at that point. They might have stalled for just too long. With that said, I'm looking at where where everyone is right there at the very end. Let's check some damage numbers. Ghost of Winter, the Hunchback with 619 damage. MVP.
Boyman with 88 damage and a cleanup kill.
That Phoenix Hawk, 0 damage for the Phoenix Hawk. There was just never an opportunity for him to even get a shot off. Not enough range and too much holding there. All right, that's drop 3. So Erie has won all 3, right?
That is 3-0 to
Yeah, to Erie. So
Erie,
they've
Kitchen
officially
Sink, Holy Hand Grenade, whatever your name is. I love you guys.
So they officially won the drop, but there's still 2 drops left. So I'm swapping the teams, and then we're gonna go to series next.
Ghost Winter is asked, are we staying on our current sides? I think they're wondering. And Lord Drake says no swap yet, so that will change. Are we looking at drop 5 or 4 with this upcoming match?
I swapped him too early. That's my bad, everybody.
You seem a bit distracted. Do you have like an owl or a rattlesnake in your room now?
No, I just keep looking at the door because the door got pushed. All right.
Well, if a water buffalo comes barging in, let me know. That'll be hilarious.
All right, let me make sure I think everything's correct now.
Thank you for tuning in to Wild Kingdom, everybody. We also happen to be watching an MWO comp match.
Oh, there we go.
Dad's asking if I'm Tex. Or at least they were asking that a while ago. Regrettably, no. No, I am far less attractive and youthful. Let that sink in. It's also true. The teams claim to be happy with their present locations. The teams are in the right place, unlike the Orange Cat. I'm not letting this go. I'm going to ride this as long as I can.
Dude, you're not the only one. Everyone is. I'm not gonna. First, it was my radio cast and all that, right? Now everyone's gonna make fun of me because I fucking had just a strange cat just show up to my cast and just be like, "This is my house now."
No, the best part, you were worried about being a little bit overly tired and unengaged in this game. Boy, that is not how it played out.
Yeah, no shit. Oh my god.
We're worried you might be sleepy. You have therefore been bestowed by the gods, cat.
Well, we still got one more cast, and then I'm going to drunkenly play Repo with the boys after that. You don't have Repo yet, do you?
No, I was going to ask you what that game was, but also consider this point. I don't care, and we're watching MWO. I'm staying on topic.
Alright, both teams will swap. We're now in Series Scrapyard. Series Scrapyard has been kind of a crazy map.
Has anyone seen a trash can in the trash heap yet? This is a Black Pants Legion competitive tournament. It just seems wrong that I have not witnessed this yet.
Oh, was it Series the light drop in week 1?
Was it? You're right.
Yeah.
You are right.
This is the last time Series will be in this tournament, but yeah, it was.
I never said I was wise or intelligent. I just completely decided not to remember.
Hey, you do you, boo. No judgment here.
What if I prefer judgment? Don't kink shame me. Judge me, Daddy.
Jesus.
Are we getting banned yet?
Oh my
I'll
god,
toe the line a little longer.
no, I just got a ping in the NW Comp Discord said, where were you when Level got a new cat?
Oh, no. Wait. Getting a hold of PGI. If we're lucky, we can get a big orange cat badge with your name on it.
Please don't.
Get the
For love-
decal going.
No.
Russ,
No.
wherever you are.
No.
The Ghost of Russ must give us an orange cat decal.
God. The last time the
With
community
the text
went,
of,
we
who
want
are
a
you?
decal.
Right underneath it.
Don't listen to him. Do not. No. That's a bad 5-day. That's a bad
I'm a
community.
bad person. Ah, that's how I like it. Say some more.
Alright, while we're waiting here, I'm checking on the Team 1. Team 1's running out of time. Now, I know I spent a couple of minutes, but they only got like a minute and a half left, but that's on them. Checking in-game, or, sorry, the Twitch chat. If Red can take FC, that could get it for them. If they could have. That was a big if. The issue that they had was they had Team One had Overwatch over FC, as soon as they got there, they were already being shot at, so they had no chance of capping it. I feel that their only chance was, well, first to send a second mech to go fight the capper and try to. Once you realize your opponent's doing a cap and hold strat, nothing's going to happen until a cap game wins. You have your big mech stop trading, or at least slow down trading, and then you go all in on the caps. I think is what they need to do.
MWO Leagues is taking an ad break.
Yeah, so I don't. Well, everything I say will be in 5 minutes. It's just everything I said 5 minutes ago that's under an ad break. Team One's almost out of
I don't
time.
understand these systems. I just call them as I see them.
Alright, I'm giving Team One a 1-minute warning. They're actually beneath that, but I'm giving them at least a 1-minute warning because it's not my place anymore. Alright.
And 5 minutes ago, Level, as mentioned, Mingled Org has mentioned, Level is the king potato. And now Chad has decided to debate and discuss that point. Let me know how it shakes out, guys.
Yeah, I'll let you guys decide on that one.
Team 1 is locked. Team 2 is...
No, Team 1 hasn't locked
No,
yet.
Team 1 is not locked.
They're almost out of time.
There they go. They're green. Now they're locked.
Seconds remaining. Seconds remaining. Because I'm looking at the chat, and there's a 5-minute delay, right? And I just swapped it to series right now. So they had... Ooh.
They got it.
Yeah, they got it in with seconds.
And honestly, everyone would have probably allowed it.
Yeah, most of the teams are pretty dope. Team 2 is already locked. So I'm going to go ahead and launch it, guys. Let's get this started. I do bless the potatoes. I am the potato pope. Orc says 5-day lies. I have seen him. Yes, he is the false prophet. I am the true prophet.
The hard part is knowing which of my lies are the lies. I mix it up.
Allegedly. That could be the lie.
The only lie is the cake.
Oh, man. You know what? Everyone's always like, where's Half-Life 3? Bitch, where's Portal 3? You know what I mean?
Where's Half-Life 2 Episode 3?
Yeah! Where's Half-Life 2 Episode 3, Half-Life 3, and Portal 3? Like, come on, Valve.
In the meantime, Gaben's all just like, you know what? Let me ask you this. Where's that 7,000 foot tall pile of money I sleep on. Oh yeah, I sleep on it.
I'm looking at Team 1 here. King Mufasa, Bull Shark 6, Rifleman 2, Piranha 3, Cicada 3F, Mad Cat 2B, or let's say 2, or sorry, Marauder 28, Urban Mech R, and a Charger 185.
That's interesting. Team 2, CDU is bringing one Mad Cat 2B. There it is. Mistlinks G, Crusader 6T, Summoner G. We got a Huntsman Packet, a Mishi Peshu, and a Nightjar Jade Kite. This is probably going to be a mostly brawl with some range support coming in right behind it.
Team 1.
Quick Raptor Theta.
Team 1 has a lot of DACA, a lot of mid-range here. Double checking all their mechs, but yeah, they have like 2 close range mechs. Everything else is mid to long range, so this is going to be interesting. In the Team 2, you said Summoner G. That's SRMs for sure.
Oh yeah, no question.
Yeah.
CDU's Piranha keeps trying to take a stab at Theta. He is somewhat isolated and taking damage. Yeah, he finally is bailing out of there. Rest of their team is moving up, mostly center channel. They are looking to pick a fight. They're just not too committed to it quite yet. We'll see if they're sorting out what their intentions are, or if they're just trying to gather up for the push.
So I'm a little worried about CDU's team. It's very bracketed. Even their big mechs are all over the place. They have a UAC or an AC2 Night Gear. They have the DACA Mad Cat, SRM Summoner. I think
that
Crusader.
Backwards. I was talking about CDU as if they were EYRI earlier. But yeah, I'm back on. I worked it out. CDU is currently getting a solid hold on Theta without too much return fire. Now he's taking some. Looks like EYRI chipped him just enough to scare him off the cap.
Alright, there's some DACA going back and forth across the middle. Alvarez and the Charger already at 90%. The Mad Cat 2B on Team 2 side, Mannequin Fartwater, hell of a name, is at 89% already.
We can't all be Skywalkers. Some of us walk on other things.
Amen. Team 2, I kind of like this thing they have going on the left flank. They're getting deep. But there's not enough Overwatch for what they're kind of like doing here. Now this Huntsman...
where there is not bad, it just seems unsupported depending on where the rest of the team is positioned.
The thing is that this Huntsman and the Summoner are all SRMs, right? They're expecting to basically 1 or 2 shot something
just
big.
got focused by like 5 mechs. He just dropped to 70% in a hurry. That Mad Cat's taking a lot of fire based on where he is. He is really spotted.
Woof. Alright, yeah, he's silhouetted. He looks like he walked on top of the hill and got silhouetted. There he is again. Yeah, he's getting silhouetted.
And his decision was to peek the same spot twice.
He has to move. You can't peek the same spots, people. Keep that in mind.
The Shadowcat's attempting something simpler from the far flank. Oh, they could do something with this. It looks like they've drawn a lot of their attention that way of both the Shadowcat and the Mad Cat that took fire, while the rest of their team is advancing into their flanks. Stay on the gas. I'm not sure it's a great plan, but it is a plan.
Okay, these 4 mechs, if they dive hard and dive fast, enemy team is 1's on Sigma and 2 are in the backfield. Here we go, here we go. Oh, they're focusing the Charger. Stay on that Charger. Stop switching targets. Stay on that Charger. That Charger's about to die. Charger's now cored. These SRM bombers are fucking showing what they can do. Charger is still up with 3 SRM bombers on him. Oh, the Summoner's getting farmed into the back. Oh, the Summoner died. Oh, no. Oh, they took too long on the kill. They're now going after the Bull Shark, which is probably the smartest pick. But they needed that Summoner still alive. Their focus fire is a little over the place here. Rifleman 2C is about to go down. Maybe that should be a called target.
AP Goss and the Mistlinks. He is flanking around their backsides, which is a smart move if you can draw some fire. I don't know if he's got enough help.
The Mistlinks probably just needs to ignore that Cicada. The Cicada's ER largest. He's going to be heat capped fast.
Jangwan cooked himself down. He is out of the match. King Mufasa takes out Brenta.
The Huntsman goes down. Now, with that said, this Bull Shark 6 is looking mighty weak. Right torso open. He's cooked himself a little bit. Crusader's stuck in this fight alone, unfortunately, and the rest
I,
of
th-
this team cannot
I think he was just
support.
YOLOing himself out. He looked like he was mostly stripped out.
Oh, if they could have got another kill at minimum, this might have worked in their favor for what they were trying to do.
Oh,
If
I
they
don't
were
know. Bill got the
just too
backstab and took
unsupported.
one more down. It's 3-5 with a whole lot of very beat up mechs here. So whoever focuses fire will get this next couple kills.
Blue's got their focus fire together now. They just push forward as a wall. They're going to
That's
run
it.
over these last mechs. Yeah, this drops over. Red
Blevin takes out
almost
the
had
big
it.
kite.
Oh, Red almost had it. I was getting excited there. Your time to kill on the Charger was just too much, guys. Just too much. It should have died faster. If you guys killed that thing 10 seconds faster, Summoner would still been alive and would have got at least 2 alphas on that Bull Shark, and I think you guys would have wiped both those mechs out before you lost the.
And it's harder to do in
Summoner.
practice and theory when you really have to
Yes.
commit when you call a target and focus that target. And I know that in those half seconds where you open fire and then all of a sudden everything moves and you hear all the bullets coming from everywhere, it's really easy to stay on task. But that's why it's so important.
Yeah.
If
Now,
you find one
Shankwin-
thing, you make sure it's dead before you move to the next, and then the
Shankwin in
next.
that Rifleman 2C, 619 damage. King Mufasa,
Bull Shark-
the Bull Shark, 774, and 4 kills. MVP.
Brenta did what he could in the Paquette. He got 600 and a kill out of it. Everyone else was under the 400 mark or lower. Got to connect those shots and fire as a group.
Yes. Alright. Now I swap the teams.
Earlier in the broadcast, Ralphie mentions at level cat cam.
No, I'm not doing a cat cam.
No. Earlier you mentioned that your camera was currently hanging underneath the desk. So on one hand, we could have the cat, and when the cat leaves, we have your feet. And we open ourselves up to an entirely new demographic.
You ain't wrong.
Always be plugging, baby.
Yeah, that's true. Should always be hustling. Alright. We got a Lowin with a Twitch sub, thank you.
Welcome.
all
Low end
pro-
of things. Appreciate the sub.
Yeah.
At least MWO leagues will.
Yeah.
I'm just talking into a microphone. Give them the love, though. They deserve it. It's an old and
Did I-
dying game that a lot of people love. Your support.
Did I
is
forget
appreciated.
someone? Does Fort Water go on CDU side? Wait,
Anakin Fart Walker is on the CDU team. Coffee Frog.
I'll just ask them. I'm just going to ask them if the
Interesting.
teams are correct. If they don't say anything, then I'm going to assume they are.
With all the names and user tags and unit tags that are floating through here,
Yeah,
I've played,
there's like 7 units in this match.
dude, there's games of bingo that are more streamlined than this.
I know, right? You can
Even
pick
in the
the
upper
same squad
echelons,
twice, but
JGX, I
spending
think
each
I've
shot.
seen like 3 or 4 or 5 teams that are just their guys shuffled around.
Yeah. Checking chat here. This isn't too bad. Mid range is pretty good here. Yes, it is. Their deck was just a little too. I don't want to say bracketed. It's just that they had some heavy brawlers, right? And they also had some ranged Daka mechs. The problem is neither could support the other. So when the brawlers went into that fight, there was no one who could support them. They were on their own, so they had to,
That's map awareness and positioning and just coordinated movements more than anything. This map is actually extremely good for kind of a mid-range situation, but it takes good positioning and it takes good, well, balls, for lack of a better term. I mean, if you know your guys are in the right spot, you need to be able to eat a few alphas, kind of twist it off, and not run and hide because you know you've got 2 or 3 other people that are shooting the same target as you.
You
And
know,
that's if you got yourself staged up right. If
some
you weren't able to do that, then you've got your own teammates trying to shoot your target through you. The positioning really matters on this. It's all high ground and it's all choke points, and you've got to stage up properly to make it work.
yeah. So one thing was pointed out to me. I can't remember who said it, but to me it made the most sense about this map. Is if you think of canyon and you took all the canyons and then all the cliffs and reversed them, that would be basically this map.
Yeah, this map is kind of like it's
And
sort of Luthien in a teacup.
kinda, yeah. You know what? While we wait on Team 2, I'm going to take a swig of this 151 proof vodka. Charcoal filtered.
He's trying to manifest a unicorn. Cats are boring. We need something mythical.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I thought on that last drop, CDU had something special. Oh, I mean, I critiqued their kind of bracketed build thing they had going on. But with that said, with the Esther and brawlers and stuff, like I think they like mentally they were cooking, right? Like they're cooking something good up. Uh, they just need to commit to one thing or another. If you're gonna do range, mid-range tradey, build your deck around that. Vice versa. When you split your team into two completely different strategies, if
I
either
don't think they're
side
getting out
gets
mech labbed, and I don't think they're losing on like the planning sheet because a whole lot of these drops that looked like they had the better positions and an early advantage on the numbers. This is an execution. EYRI's seeing what they're doing, realizing the spot that they're in, and responding very well. In CDU, it's when it comes down to actually winning the fights that are in front of them, they've been on the wrong end of it for most of this evening. That's actually a good problem to have because you can practice your way to like improving on that sort of thing. If you lost in the mech lab and on the drop sheet, you got to be kind of elite to get that worked out. But just basics of hey, let's get used to moving together. Let's practice on shooting moving targets. That's actually a lot easier to solve.
yeah.
They're in a good spot if they focus on the right things
I'm gonna cut you
because
off.
their planning is very good.
Team two is just locked. I'm gonna watch this. This will be the last drop of this match, and then everyone stay tuned. We have Div A coming up. The Coalition versus 228, and there'll be a couple minute interlude while I pull people in, rechange the title and stuff and all that. Twinkie Overload, Red almost had it. The cast doesn't know which team is which. Um, it's just easier to say red or blue than it is to, or team one or team two than it is to say their team names out. Because at the time, red was CDU Bandits and team one was some absurd name that doesn't deserve repeating because it's so absurd. Hold on, what's the technical name? Okay, team
Oh, holy
one
hand
is
grenade.
Sir not appearing in this game, right? Like I'm not saying that every time. I'm just gonna say blue or red. With that said, both teams are now dropping. I'm looking at Team 2 here. Sunspider D, Charger 7 in, Phoenix Hawk 7S, Catapult S, Urban Mech R, Marauder 2C, and Piranha. This is the CDU team for the, or sorry, the
Those are the
EYRI
bandits.
team. Team 2 is EYRI, Team 1 CDU. Go ahead. What's on the CDU side?
CDU bringing in the Firestarter 9K.
Enemy forces have
We've got a Shadowcat Mishipeshu, which is undoubtedly AP Gauss and Plasmas, which is generally how those things get down. Veagle A. I'm going to want to check the loadout on that shortly. Summoner G, also Brawl, Executioner Prime. One Crusader 16 and one Dervish Frenzy.
Beta is controlled by the enemy.
Team 1 moving
Looks
up
like
the left
another
side of
mixed-
the map. Team 2,
Looks like another mixed range brawl, yeah.
yeah.
And they are going straight in.
If both teams keep up their positioning, they're going to literally run into each other between
It's going to be a
Kappa
fight
and
and
Theta.
Kappa in a hurry.
Yeah, we're going to see how this plays out. I'm holding range because I'm holding a bottle of alcohol in my hand. Hold on one second, everybody. Do a shot and do a chaser. All right, back to the game. Team 2 is going to get flipped here at Kappa. Erie's going to flip Kappa because I'll try to be more cognizant of that. Team 1, ooh, they got huge pack of boys here, but there's one off in near FC's. I don't see any shots coming from him, so I don't know what he's doing over there. Right now, this is about to be a 6v7. We'll see how this plays out. The Crusader's in the lead of this push brawl here. Crusader is Snubs, Dervish. What we got on the Dervish? Oh, LSRMs, another Southerner G.
Most of Erie's team is more cohesive on this. If they make the push now, they should have the numbers when they come around that corner.
Alright, Team 1's making a play. Crusaders keep going forward. He's running into
Not
the
Erie, I'm
Irby.
sorry, CDU. CDU is actually in the better push position.
Cyclops is ready to pop. They just need to get this focus fire on it. Cyclops, both side tours open. Cyclops is going down. Cyclops is definitely going down. He's still up, though. He's still up. Kill the Cyclops. There he goes.
Phoenix Hawk 7S on the left flank is about to get eaten alive if he doesn't get out of there.
It looks like the Shadowcat's going to chase him off. The Crusader's gone down. Team 1's push brawl with the SRMs is completely stalled here at brawl range. I think they just needed to get in there. They do
drops.
They do get the Crusader down. They're slightly in the lead. Executioner does go down. Sumner is still the biggest threat on the field. I think they need to focus fire this Marauder. They're kind of shooting at different mechs. They need to focus fire if they want to pull this off.
It's all evened up, and the remaining mechs on the Erie side are healthier.
Yeah, the Erie's doing better at focus firing at this point. The Executioner that just died was focus fired. We got war crimes! We got war crimes! We got fucking war crimes! Blue Doe dies after team killing his buddy there.
And it turns into a 3v5 just like that.
Yeah. That's the way she goes. Oh, the Sun Spider's pretty injured.
And Floyd Benebrenta aside, there is not a lot left of the mechs that are on the field.
Sun Spider is injured everywhere.
Brenta takes out Coffee Frog. Platinum drops.
Phoenix Hawk's like one-touch CT. Sun Spider left leg is open. Urban Mech is like completely fresh. Now this Firestarter might be able to pick the Phoenix Hawk. Phoenix Hawk's just running from him. Yeah, Firestarter got tunnel visioned.
Yeah, he ended up running right into the Sun Spider.
Yeah. This Lake Piranha stuck in the low ground.
That'll do it.
I don't think he could have killed Hilton either. It was a nice try. It was a nice effort. All right. That's a 5-0 for Erie, isn't it?
That is a 5-0 for Erie.
Hey, I hope they got the APIs.
Good shooting, good execution. Really well done, guys.
Yeah, I hope they got the APIs because I didn't. I'm gonna check the damage numbers here. Okay, Dumby on Erie, Sunspider D got the farm in 3 kills, 548 damage.
And the rest of the team not far off. They all got some decently good damage out. That's what focus fire looks like. When you see most of the team doing similar damage to each other, that means they're all shooting the same thing. Well done.
I'm looking at CDU here, looking at damage numbers. That Summoner G put in work. Now, Executioner got 2 kills in. This might be a controversial opinion, but I think there is at least a half dozen better 95 tonners for a push like this, because it wasn't the fastest push in the world. You know what I mean?
If they took the Executioner for the push, I'll have to review everything, but I'm not sure he was tip of the spear on that one.
No, the Crusader was tip of the spear. Crusader, Summoner, and the Executioner came up right behind them.
Yep.
The Crusader getting hard focus, that was what was going to happen, because they could be a big threat. So, but the Executioner, if it was something that could either tank better or had higher burst damage, like some sort of like SRM bomber or something with AC-20s or some shit, I think they would have done better there. But concept-wise, I think they were doing pretty good. I'm going ahead and start kicking both these teams out.
All right, now I'm getting a tad of family aggro on my end, so I'm going to step away for about 10 minutes while we kind of get things going. So
Yeah,
I'm ashamed to leave you by your lonesome briefly, but I will be back shortly.
you're fine. I gotta set the title, so everyone, things are gonna be quiet for about 2 minutes while I concentrate on being a good caster and doing all
Steward,
this
shall we say.
bullshit. Yeah, shut up.
All
Just
right,
go
see you
do
in a
your
few.
thing. Alright, I gotta change the title. Who are we? It's 228 versus the Coalition. Oh, I'm too drunk to spell Coalition. This is Van Zant Militia Scrapyard Showdown. Alright, new title set. Now I gotta go let both teams know I'm about to pull them in. Probably should have warned them the match was about over. Alright, so I think I need Redbeard in. I think he's 228's team lead. And of course he's not. Is Kraz on here? No. Oh no, it's Chicken Man. Where are you at, Chicken Man? You're not on here either. Next match is Div A 228 versus the Coalition. Give me one moment while I finish getting both these teams into the lobby. And then we'll get started. This should be a good match. Oh, did I spell it wrong? Shit. Alright. Redbeard is in. Well, it looks like it's gonna be one of those days where everyone streams in one at a time. And that's all. Alright. Teams have been changed. Title is changed. Yeah, good job, Erie. 5-0 sweep. Good job. Twinkie, the caster might have too many. Yeah, yeah. I absolutely had a few too many. That was my reward to myself for doing all this to begin with. All right. Well, both teams are getting ready, I'm going to pull up Div A's stuff and start giving some info about it for those who are in the know. So, uh, the Coalition is coming into this one with a 2-0 undefeated record. Reapers are 0-2, but they're still in fourth place. Div A right now is 3. Coalition, Revenants, and Vigilance are all 2-0. Reapers, Crossfire, and KDCM are all 0-2. Wait, what? Alright, looks like I'm changing the teams back again because they don't even know whose team won. Alright, swapping teams. Alright, swapping teams now. Are we good? Let's hope we're good. Alright,
I'm
back
back.
back
How have you been?
Fine. Both teams apparently have no idea who's on what seed. uh,
Huh.
so I was just talking about Div A. Div A Coalition is undefeated with a 2-0 and 20 points so far, which I think that means they 5-0'd both their opponents. I think so. I think it's 2 points a win, right? 1 point for a draw. So yeah, at 20 points, they must have won every drop so far.
Excluding the EYRI-B modifier.
Yes.
Because chaos. Thank you, Ralph.
All right, Team 1's now officially on the 5-minute timer now that I know for a fact the teams are fine now. They gave me wrong team info 5-day. It was the worst.
Sure they did it on purpose.
Probably just to mess with me.
I approve of these shenanigans.
Hey, you shut your mouth.
Nah,
Don't join the
not my
masses.
style.
I think they're on an ad break. So the ad break ends in 1 minute and like 18
Ad break
seconds.
just started.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Perfect timing.
My son made cookies and I'm eating one. He actually did okay.
That's awesome. Oh, shoot. Guess what? We got someone's here to join us.
Ah, excellent.
Yeah. Hey, Orc. You want to join us? 5 days means you have to
The
stream the channel
true
for him.
mingled orc. How you doing, Crit?
Of course.
Sorry,
he's in.
guys. I was muted. I had to turn off stream. I'm doing great, guys. How you doing?
Not
Hanging
bad.
in there. Welcome to
That
the
was
party.
That was a killer first match tonight.
Yeah, that was it was pretty good. We're going to do Erie's other team tomorrow. It's at 2 p.m. Eastern, which is figure it out for everybody else. I ain't doing the math.
Oh, that's
'cause
an early
easy-
one, but I think I might be able to make that.
Yeah, it is a little early.
Yeah, 2 Eastern, 11 Pacific.
5-day, you'll have to stream the channel so Orc can also get in on this. Yeah, we are now doing a group cast, people. We got 3. I offered my whole team that they could pile in on this cast. But apparently no
somebody's
one
gotta
took
keep
me up on
the
the
potato in
offer. Well, Orc took me up on the offer.
All right, Orc, I'm sharing it.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That way you can get in on some commentary. Okay. We're waiting on Team 1 to lock. Team 2 is has 8 people on the field. So they're just straight flexing at this point. But I'm looking at the rosters of both these teams, right? Very tight.
Yeah.
I see Windscape up there on 228.
Seems like Jay gave him Dino Nuggies.
They must have. They had to bribe him some way. Team 1 is locked. Team 2's on timer. I'll give Team 2 the 5-minute timer. Woodscape usually played for 5JGX, but they're not
Yes,
playing this
5J.
season. Yeah.
He actually, interestingly, played with EYRI in the previous comp series.
That's right, he did.
Twinkie, if you want to know how much I've drinking, I I didn't keep track, but let me put it this way: I have a 750 milliliter bottle of 151 proof vodka, and I've drinking a quarter of it. You do the math, and that's how much ethanol is currently in my system.
On a scale of 1 to drunk, he has achieved orange cat.
Yeah, I
That's-
cheesed
we're
orange
just
cat.
materializing
Oh
out of
my
the wall.
god. I had to touch it. I was starting to get worried that I was like hallucinating, so I had to touch the cat to make sure it was real.
Yeah, I had to behave myself in the chat. So there's so many jokes I can make about this, but I want MWO to not be demonetized.
Nah, and they're all too easy. I mean, no low-hanging fruit. Make an effort.
Right. I know. So I figured I'd save it for our repo session tonight. And 5-Day, if you need to know what repo is, it's basically horror house, like escape house.
I'm gonna have to cut you off, Team 2. Just
They are
locked.
locked.
Yeah, we're gonna punch it
Let's go.
here. And guess what? I just had dinner brought to me. Mashed potatoes, specifically Cheetos mac and cheese. You're like, what?
Wow.
Yeah, Cheetos makes some mac and
Cheetos
cheese
mac
now.
and cheese.
And
That
then
is so horrifying. I can't stop eating it. It is a terrifying, beautiful, like cryptid of food.
oh my god, the jalapeno cheddar one is so good. Listen, if you want mac and cheese that tastes like actual Cheetos, for the few people in the world who that sounds like a good time, buy it. It's
You
like
don't care that red number 5 will take 7 years off your life because, damn it, you're fabulous. Boy, do we have the mac and cheese for you. Do they have a hot Cheeto mac yet?
Yes, flaming hot. It's very good too. Sorry, I
It
just ate
seemed like a
bite.
moral imperative. I just needed to make sure.
Yep. I did find out.
Let me put
gummy
it this
bears
way: I
really
went
like
to a
food.
camping trip with some mech warriors a couple years ago, and I made every box of Cheetos mac and cheese that they have available, for the big, get together dinner, picnic dinner kind of thing, and people got weirded out by the bright red, because it's freakishly red.
It's like
For the
upsettingly vibrant.
it is upsettingly vibrant. It's the funniest thing, but it's actually pretty good. Like, you'll eat it and you'll feel bad for eating it, but after you eat it, you'll be like, you know what, that was pretty good. I feel like white
So, hey,
trash, but
PGI.
it's delicious.
Hey, PGI, when you get around to making that cat decal, his name will be Cheeto.
No. Listen, just because I was chested the Cheeto, like in real life, as a mascot for a few years, doesn't mean I want that in my digital life. All right, I'm looking at the teams here. Coalition, we got Kratz in an EYRI-B R, Django in a EYRI-B SC, a Locust 3V, Commando Doe, Kitfox PR, Blackjack A, and an Urban Mech 2C Legend. I'm going to check out what kind of builds these have. If you want to go ahead and tell me what the other team's got.
Yeah, you just went over 228, correct?
I just went over Coalition. I went over Red.
Gotcha. I'm just now starting to pay attention. Don't mind me. 228 is bringing a Flea 17, Jenner 2C2, Locust 3V, Flea 19, one Urban Mech 2C Legendary, a Black Lanner Bellinarius. They're doing something with the hero, and one EYRI-B R, which I believe is the rat quirked version of it. And it's a mad dash to Theta. They're going to get this over in a hurry. Everyone came looking for a fight today.
Yeah, this is like a Citadel kind of fight going on. Southern half of the map, no one's really... Well, sorry, blue team's kind of playing north of Theta, just a smidge, but red team's playing the
228's
south
holding
side.
both Citadel and Rock Garden, looking for an opportunity. And
yeah, it's a
it looks
3 cap
like
to
JGX
2.
is pushing around the opposite side.
Red
Yeah,
Baron took a nasty hit.
228 has the cap lead right now. Or sorry, yeah, 228 has the cap lead. I almost second guessed myself there.
Yeah, they wrote to sliver it out, and they're just trying to deny it right now. Coalition is doing their best to find an angle, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to.
I'm gonna hold the
Most of the
screen
coalition's
here.
mechs, we're holding the city, looking to deny it, but they cannot get it flipped. They're starting to push to their left into the rock garden to get a new angle and shake it up.
Yeah, there's a surprising amount of blue lasers on the field for the light drop. I mean, only 210 tons across 7 mechs, and there's at least 4 mechs with blue lasers between both teams. Yeah, this is very skirmishy. Very different from the previous games we've seen.
Both teams have the same idea. They cannot find a way to wrap around. They're all just kind of floating and stretching their firing lines out towards and past the rock garden. This is like a Revolutionary War battle line.
All right,
Jack
here we
them
go.
up
Here we go.
and speed
2
wins.
days
Push
pushing
through.
in. Yeah, they're
Wait, we're in
pushing through.
right center.
Redbeard is about to get picked. Fire Ant gets nailed. He tries to pull out of the fight, but they did not let him get out of there. Redbeard's core CT. They're trying to pick Pasha and the Blackjack. They managed to kill the Blackjack, but they're still down 2 mechs. It looks like there's some focus firing on this Locust here. They've kind of gotten spread out like way too hard. Lavadashi went down in the Irv Mech R, but it looks like there's
Lanner's going next.
yeah, there's 2 little fights here going on. The Black Lantern, yeah, the Black Lantern just got shot by Django in towers hanging up on Citadel. Andy Lard, I think, just got legged over here trying to take on the Irvin Mech.
Raz down to half strength.
No, he still has both legs. He still has both legs, but he's really damaged. He's coming in for the fight. Windscape's coming in. Both the coalition mechs are really fresh, so I don't think they're going to be able to pull anything off over here. And that's it.
Enough resources. We've failed.
Took a while for people to kind of suss out their footing, but once they decided to make a fight out of it, it went quick. Always does on this round.
Yeah, that was beautiful to watch. Both teams just kind of like skirmished and then like tested the waters, tested each other out. And then once one team felt they had an opening, they fucking went for it.
The coalition takes round 1.
Oh shit.
With Nyandre's urban mech doing the majority of the farm, 409 damage. The rest of the team kind of floating between 200 and 300 with good focus fire. We're looking at about 200-ish out of Gladisaur and Windscape, and everyone else was sub 200 in the damage. I just don't think they were able to get the fire focused quick enough, because when you run into a line like that, they don't miss.
Someone pointed out that I already ruined the stream with my offensive language. It's already been demonetized. It feels bad, man.
Yeah. We weren't going to see that money anyway. It's just as good.
That's so true. Well, the channel operators, you know.
But hey, the
sometimes
biddies
they
still
need a
come
beer.
through. Hey, chat. Make up for levels transgressions. Throw them biddies
That's
this
right.
way.
Yeah,
Always be plugging.
give us your Twitch subs. Magic Paint Glove doesn't need them. He gets enough. With extra red 40.
Yeah.
Hey, Level,
I
I'm
do
afraid the family aggro is strong tonight. I may have to step away at this point, so I'm probably going to drop out. Orc, if you're looking to hang around, I suppose you could be brought in. You guys discuss amongst yourselves, but regrettably, I will have to step away at this point, everybody.
You're fine, 5-day. It's been a pleasure. It's been a hell of a day for our guys. So you go get your shit done. You do you.
Oh yeah, I got 2. I've got my son, but 2 other women in the house, and they're mean. So you understand. All right, thanks for having me be a part of this. Everyone out there in Mech Warrior Land, I hope you have yourselves a pleasant evening. See you next time.
Yeah, GG's. Or if
That's
you
right.
log in, I'll get you in here on spec.
Working on it right now. Yeah, I do believe 228 was kind of forced to push. I mean, they were drawing a lot of aggro early on, and unfortunately, it's just sometimes how the ball rolls.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm eating some of that food that
You're
got
fine.
brought to me. Alright. Team was on a 5-minute timer for those who weren't here for the earlier match. This is Alpine Peaks. The spawns have changed. The cap points have changed. It's this map, while being the exact same Alpine Peaks that have given most of you PTSD over the years, Uh, because of the spawn change, it plays very differently in comp. Now, in quick play, for the most part, people kind of just do the same stuff that they've always done. But in comp, I think Alpine's in a good place actually. That might be a controversial opinion because I know some people hate the map with a passion, but uh, there's new avenues of how to attack this map. You can take the northern passage between both caps because both caps are only like 1,500 meters. Not caps, sorry, spawns. Only about 1,500 meters from each other, both the top and ends of the map. Uh, you could do a complete rush strat and actually rush into your opponent team slash spawn in the first couple minutes of the match, where that used to be impossible because the spawns were on opposite sides of the map. So that's now a viable strat. You don't have to run. You don't have to try to push across open ground to getting farmed. You can use the hills and get right in on your opponent before they know it, if they don't scout it out. With that said, we've consistently seen teams send 1 to 2 cap mechs out to cap points while the rest fight it off. Or you have your lobby invite. Once I see you.
appreciate it.
There you are.
Yep.
There you go. All right.
Yeah,
now
I,
you're in the
th- I
spec
think
spot.
I think the change they made to Alpine Peaks is definitely for the best.
100%.
It definitely helps the team one side that always seemed to be disadvantaged on this map by being spawned way in Timbuktu in the open. It does give them a better fighting chance, and of course the moving of the cap points to really spread them out means that you just can't hold the hill and expect to win and map control.
It also Theta actually being on the hill gives both teams prerogative to take that hill, even in quick play settings, which I do like. Because it used to be the team that spawned closest to the hill that Theta's now on, right? The peak.
Right.
Sorry, not the hill, the mountain. Uh, the team that stacked it usually won more times than not, statistically. Now,
Absolutely.
Team 1 has locked. I'm going to give Team 2 their countdown. With that said, uh, one team didn't really have an advantage to go for it because to get to it from the original spawn, you had to run north until, and then get around that cliff and then run up to Theta, right? Because the spawn used to be on the eastern side, not the northern side. Or sorry, the western side, not the northern side. Now being on the northern side, you can straight shot Theta from both teams now if you wanted to. So it makes it viable to make a play for it on either team. Um, and it's still a dominant spot of the map. If your opponent is kind of trady and you're kind of trady, having that high ground and having that cap kind of gives you Overwatch. If you have something small enough, he can actually just stay behind the cap and then like farm capping mechs south on the south half of the map without even being touched by any enemy traders. So, but I'm curious to see what's going to happen here. And on the last match we just casted, to EYRI versus oh my god, I forgot their name already. Oh, I'm a terrible caster.
CDU.
For CDU, yes. Uh,
Yep.
in EYRI versus CDU, we saw caps actually being semi-important, and then we also saw Northern push. I don't know if we're going to see either of these teams do that. Team 2 is now locked, so I'm going to shut up with everything I'm saying, and I'm watching this match. I'm going to get right into it.
I fully expect this to be more of a game of attrition again, where you're going to see a lot of blue lasers, guys playing range early on, and just trying to whittle each other down before the main push.
Artemis, why would you sub NWO comp? Because it's the right thing to do. Don't be that guy.
Got it.
This tournament, this MWO leagues takes up hundreds, if not thousands, of man hours over the course of a year amongst a dozen to 2 dozen people. Right? It's a lot of, unlike every other personal channel out there. This one is a volunteer combined effort of a bunch of personalities and skill sets to that kind of form a melting pot of mediocrity. That makes sense. We're just waiting for both teams to spawn in now. To what I was talking about earlier, this is the new Theta spawn. Theta spawn used to be... I think Theta used to be down here. Epsi's used to be over there. And now Epsi's is up here and Theta's up here. And Kappa, I think Kappa used to be over there somewhere. Don't quote me on that last one. All right, I'm looking at 228 first. Fire It and the Spider. All right, yeah. 228 has a Spider 5K. That's a Cap Spider. Incubus 5. That's probably be Plasma AP Gauss. Incubus 3. We're gonna have to see what's on that bad boy. Jinner 2C. Hero, the FY, a Battlemaster 1G, a Rifleman 3C, and a Shadowcat Pop-Up. The Battlemaster, I'm assuming, is ER largest, and that Rifleman 3C, I think, is ER largest too, but we're going to find out for sure. What do we got on the other side?
Okay, on the other side, we got Django in the Incubus 4. He's running oh, I'm looking at the wrong person. Incubus 4. We got Monk in the Executioner M. We've got Kraz in the Urban Mech 2C Legend. We have Pasha in the Scarecrow Prime. G-Ram in the Shadowcat Mishi. We've got Tor in the Incubus 1 with large lasers and machine guns. And we got Chicken Mane in the Incubus 5. And let's see what the Incubus 5 is. The G-Ram's quad large laser in the Shadowcat. Our mech is, yeah, looks like heavy large laser builds on the first Jaguar guards.
Yeah, I just see a bunch of blue lasers between both teams, just kind of poking at each other.
Yep.
I'm trying. What's okay? This is Shadowcat on Radio Tower. Yeah, and the Battlemaster's behind it.
Ooh, Chicken Mane's already 82% from heat damage.
That's not good. Blue just had 228 just had a light on Theta, but my scrolling across the map speed is really slow for some reason. So this is going to take a minute.
I got it. It looks like he's
Okay, that's Fire Ant. Fire Ant looks like he's on his way to Kappa. So is Django in the Incubus 4. Now I never saw what he's running. Oh, they know the spider's there. Yeah. Django's there too with ER lasers and micros. Oh, he's gonna take the fight. He's gonna take the fight if he manages to kill Fire Ant. Oh no, okay, both teams are sending a second guy to the fight. Redbeard joining the fight, but Fire Ant has taken a lot of damage, and the coalition, they have a mech with range into this fight.
Yeah, Fire Ant is left leg wide open, and yeah, he's
he has to be extra careful or he's gonna get popped. Oh, Redbeard taking the fight alone. Redbeard taking a fight against 2 alone, and he realizes his mistake and he's running. He's running, but he's almost legged. Oh no, he's about to get picked. Ah, he realizes he can't get out of there. Stops the fight, gets legged, and he's about to die.
Yeah, I think he thought his teammate stuck around, and unfortunately he bailed on him.
Teammate's trying to flip the cap.
And he's about to be a 3v1.
He needed to be out of there. He doesn't have enough health to fight this. No, his leg is about to. Oh no, his right leg is messed up.
Oh, yep, he's already legged.
Oh, we have to get back to the main fight. All right, Fire Ant is definitely dead. I'm moving back to the main fight. Yeah, he was getting 4v1. Is that 4 mechs down there? Yeah, 4 of red team moved down there.
And look at the main fight. It looks like the traitors.
The main fight actually devolved into a 3v3. Both teams sent 4 mechs south. There's only 2 left on blue side. The Jinner 2C
enemy control.
FY, the Fury, and the Incubus 3.
Yep. We still have a fight going on the south side. Looks like a 2v3.
Dave, 27th Theta is not accessible to some
Yeah.
mechs. No, it's accessible to every mech
Windscape's,
if you waddle.
yeah, Windscape's at 73%. It's taking a lot of heat damage.
If Annihilator can walk up that hill, every mech can walk up that hill.
And Andy Lard is at 67%, but it's mostly just armor damage.
Alright, this light fight. Yeah, I think it's going to be the main one. It's a 4v2 and they're surrounded. Yeah, here we go. The pick is
Yep,
coming.
there we go.
And Andy Lard, he's trying to take some shots at Chicken Man,
Wings
but
are pushing right in.
yeah, he's getting 2v1'd. Windscape kind of shooting into that fight, but Windscape's already lagged. Andy Lard's down. They're going to finish off Windscape.
Yep.
This is going to be a sweep for the coalition here.
Lavadashi and the Battle Master at 55% and falling. Yeah, that's pretty much a win for First Jaguar.
Hat trick. This is boring. I need
Yeah,
Subway Surfers gameplay at the bottom of the screen. Okay, Zoomer. Okay, Zoomer.
Yeah, Lavadashi CT cord. One touch, basically.
Go grab your bottle of Prime, and Binky. You'll be fine. Lavadashi goes down. It's just Gladosaur and Sir Epic Poner left. Rifleman 2C and a Shadow Cat. They're going to get swept up. It's a 4-1 cap. There's not much they can do. They might be able to get a couple picks here. Monk and the Executioner and the Pasha and the Shadow Cat are really weak. Pasha's pretty core CT. If Glado knows that, he could probably get at least one kill before he dies here. And he's going for it. He's going for it, and he gets it. Well done, Glado. But I think Monk has you dead to rights. Oh, Crass did. Crass had him dead to rights.
Yep.
What build did Crass have on that EYRI-B? ER larges.
No, I don't know.
Nice. Yeah, he's running ER larges and white camo.
Yeah, First Jaguar was basically everything was ER large lasers with some backup weapons. Yeah, well played. Yep. Yeah, I mean, looking at the damage numbers, Sir Epic Power did pull off 418 for Team 2, but or for Team 1, but wasn't enough.
All right, I'm gonna swap teams here in a second.
Yes, hat trick. I struggle at clicking on mechs.
All right, teams are swapped. Team 1 on a 5-minute timer.
Now, do we have Alpine anymore in this tournament?
Alpine's the heaviest drop next week.
All right.
Then after that, no. Each map is played 3 times. They are played as the light drop, medium drop, and the heavy drop. So they've just been rotating down, rotating up 1 weight class every week, each set of maps. That's JGX 2-0 so far. 228. There's still 3 drops to go. 228 can still pull out an upset here, win. But that Alpine match went. I was surprised how many mechs went into the capper fight. Right, like so
Right.
far, virtually everything we've seen is like a 1v1, maybe even a 2v2, right? But both teams sending like 4 mechs, the southern half of the map. to fight over the caps. I don't think we've seen that yet. At least not in a cast and match.
Right. And that was kind of risky, for JGX to do. Um, and I don't think 228 picked it up until it was too late. And even when they did pick it up, they didn't really do anything about it. Um, yeah, because mainly on this drop, we've seen teams basically just on one capper. Um, some teams have sent two, but um, yeah, no, that was well played.
It was well played. J I guess they're called the coalition because there's a couple EQ guys in it. Okay, that's why they're the Let's say in game there's enough JGX on it that it game thinks it's a JGX team.
Right. Yeah, I sometimes laugh when reading the chat because it's like everybody thinks it's so easy to click on a 35 tonner moving at 140.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's a little hard,
Team
a little hard to do
team one's
that.
right up. Team two, 5 minutes. Team two's on timer now. Team one's ready to go. Um, I did like now. I did like both strats. We've kind of seen that with the what I call the token assault team one side, where you just have an
Right.
assault pilot that you're banking on to be able to do most of the trading. But I think it felt like JGX was ready for it because they almost all their mechs had ER larges on it. It seemed to some degree, at least long range weapons. Even their capping incubus they sent out to cap had ER larges on it.
Well, and I mean
They
this
weren't
map,
messing
this map
around.
is like,
They designed their deck where their light mechs can even their capping mechs can touch you across the map. Right? They can stand on
yeah,
Kappa and farm you if you don't pay attention. Which was
yep.
which worked out beautifully for them.
No, absolutely, it was very smart play on their behalf, and this map has always been traditionally ranged, so it just makes sense to have mechs that can be always a step away from the fight. Um, very well planned strategy. Um,
I think it was Gladosaur and Windscape kind of got stuck in a 2v4 there at the end when the first two cap mechs got picked around Kappa. Uh, I don't. Well, that wasn't much they could do, to be honest. I
right.
mean, they could have ran for their lives, but they might have just died running. Because, like I said, JGX they had enough ranged weapons that even if Windscape and Glad tried to get out of there and regroup with their team to like just try to form some sort of
Yeah,
offense
I
with
thought
5 mechs, I don't think they could have done it because of the range.
yeah, that was an interesting strat to divert to the cap fight, knowing that you'd be outnumbered once those two mechs got picked. You almost would have been better off diverting towards the theta side to get to see if you can turn that into a pick, um, or at least draw the fight into the open.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll
yeah,
see what they end up doing on this next one. Uh, for those just tuning in, it is currently 2-3 in the coalition's favor versus 228. 228 can still turn it around. They still got both series drops in this last Alpine drop. Team 1 is currently locked. Team 2 we're waiting on. For the new people tuning in who don't know the rules, this is a standard 7v7 tournament with a few tweaks. One, it has probably the lowest tonnage allowed for a 7v7 and in the drops that I think that at least I've ever seen. Uh, example drop 1 is 210 tons spread across 7 mechs. That is very anemic for a drop. with that said, the heaviest tonnage drop is 420 tons. You are allowed. There is what's called the Roland rule, which allows you to bring unlimited Urbies that are allowed to break the drop rules. Uh, both teams are locked. I'm going to launch it, and they continue talking about this. Uh, you are allowed 3 copies of a chassis per match. A match is all 5 drops. So you can have a Vapor Eagle on 3 different drops or 3 different Vapor Eagles on 1 drop. But if you have 3 Vapor Eagles on 1 drop, they can't all be the same variant. So you can have 3 chassis in the match. You can even use 3 chassis in 1 drop, but they all can't be the same variant. But Urbies are the exception. There is unlimited Urbies allowed, including the heroes. Still no duplicates though, so you still can't have 2 of the same Urbie. But if you wanted to, you could, for example, oh yeah, legendary mechs are banned except for legendary Urbies. So if you wanted to, you could do, uh, 2 legendary Urbie mechs every single drop, for example, if you wanted to.
Mhm.
And Omni mechs, you're banned. You are limited to 1 Omni mech of a variant of a chassis per drop. And again, for those who are tuning in, Theta is now on top of the hill. What kind of food y'all eating with so many M&Ms? Well, M&Ms, duh. All right, looking at 228's mechs here.
Stop any hostiles that get in your way.
Andy in the Spider, Epic Poner and the Rifleman 2C, Gladysard and Shadowcat P, Windscape and Incubus 5, and Fire Ant Locust, Lavadashi and Summoner D, and Redbeard and a Champion 3N. What do they got on the other side?
All right, over in First Jaguar, we got Kraz and the Urmec 2C, running ER large with light machine guns. Got to hunt down the rest of their mechs. We also got Basalt and the Rifleman 3C. We got Django in the Locust 3V. We got Pasha and the Summoner G. We got Chicken Man in the Arctic Wolf 2. G Ram in the Shadowcat Mishi, and Monk in the Hunchback 4P. And trying to hunt them down.
Team 2's running basically ERs on all their mechs again. They're going all in on the ERs. They got the Spider and the Locust on top of Theta, and they have a mech on its way to Kappa.
And it looks to be the same over with the first Jaguar guards as well. The Hunchback's running 4 ER large lasers, 5 smalls. Trying to track their mechs.
It's first Jaguar. Okay, first Jaguar. Instead of using assault, they have camped a rifleman on top of that hill that a lot of teams have been putting an assault on.
Yeah. Yep. Summoner's running 5 ER large lasers. And looks like the rifleman is 4 ER large lasers.
Now I do like this map control. Both teams, if you look at the mini map on the left, uh, are using each are using 7 mechs, and they both have them spread across the entire half of the map. Both teams have a random like token mech trying to take the most northern points that they can for crossfire. Uh, the one on team 2, I'm trying to figure out who that is all the way over there. I don't think there's anything he can get a line on from over there. I don't know if he tried to get on top of that hill
Yeah.
or what was happening, but that's the summoner. Yeah, summoner's
That
out of the
Incubus.
fight for some reason. Ooh, there's
G
3
Ram's got
mechs
pretty good.
south.
Yeah, G Ram's got pretty good control over Kappa, and that Inky's eating it. Ton of damage.
Looks
He's
like
at
this fight's
79%.
going to be south side. The mechs on Theta are shooting down to the south. Yeah, it's a 3v3 down south with 2 mechs on Theta shooting into the fight.
And looks like first Jaguar flipped Kappa. Nope.
They did.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
Windscape is looking pretty injured already at 75%. I'm gonna take a look at his HP here.
Actually,
He's just kind of scratched everywhere.
Actually, no. No, actually, they didn't take Kappa. Yeah, Windscape's taking a ton of damage, but it's just armor right now.
Yeah, he's down to 70% already. His armor's orange. He has one arm open.
Yep.
I do. Looking at the HP of the coalition, he's losing every one of those trades he's making.
Yep.
Yeah, he's down to 67%, and he only did a couple damage to to the mechs he's trading with. So
Yeah.
we'll try to keep an eye on that. There's two kind of trade wars going on this map right now. One's a 4v3, the other one's a 3v4. So it'll come down to which group can win their where they have advantage. But right now in the HP department, 228 is losing.
Well, definitely in the positioning department, first Jags are, they've got the high ground. They've got pretty much every corner of the map covered. Here we go. They're trying to make a push on Kappa again. Yeah, that looks going to have a hard time taking it. Just too many angles. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just slow roll trade between both teams right now. Both trying to weaken each other to create an opening to take advantage of. But right now, that opening might be Windscape. Monk actually is also taking a lot of damage. Where's Monk at on the field? Because he's eating a lot of damage too.
Confirming that we have possession
He was
Kappa.
kind of in the middle last I saw him. Let me look. He might be this middle trader here just south of Epsi.
I'm trying to get there faster, but my camera's moving really slow. Look at this, guys.
Yes, he is. He's the trader just south of Epsi, right there in the middle, just at the base of the mountain, and he is at 70% with left torso open.
Later, buddy. Right now I'm in the middle of a cast. Okay. All right, little guy. Another cameo by my son, where everyone wants to say hi. All right, back to the fight. The summoner's down to 78%. I was just kind of like just circling the map here because there's just little trades going on, just all over the place. Just little 1v1s, little 2v2s. A lot of jockeying for position, so to speak. Blue does have the three caps, and pretty soon that three cap advantage is going to be getting away from 228 because how late in the match it is already.
Wait, it looks like we got a first Jags light pack as a
Yeah, they're going for a pick here.
potion. Yeah.
I got here just in time. Oh no, Fire Ant! Fire Ant's going to get picked. He's surrounded by three mechs. Andy Lar's trying to shoot into it, but he does not have the DPS for a fight like this. Fire Ant goes down. They're definitely going to run over
Terrific Power
Andy
does
Lar
have
next.
Overwatch. So first Jay is probably going to want to get out of the open here.
No, they're going to push him.
But
They're going to push him all the way back to the
Yeah.
rest of his team. The only thing Red has is the rifleman.
overwatching him. Yep.
The rifleman's
now they're
taking
turning
shots at Chickaman. Chickaman's just kind of tanking them because he's an
Nope.
Arctic Wolf. That's
Champion Red Baron is trying to join the fight over here.
Did he drop down? No, he's still
No,
up
he's
high.
still
He's
up.
still up high.
I wonder if First J knows that they have an advantage with their range mechs on the north end. Ooh, Red Baron CT open on the champion.
Yeah, he took a lot of damage there.
And Seraphic Power is also 74% with CT open.
Chickaman going to that back back mountain. You don't see that very often, comp. Looking at the HP here of the coalition has well, I was about to say a huge advantage. They have two kind of fresh mechs, but everything else is pretty injured.
I will say Chicken Mane
228 has multiple mechs that are pretty fucked up though. So yeah,
Chicken
Redbeard.
Mane will have to be careful jumping off this cliff because he's got both legs open if he's making a play on Gamma. And it looks like he succeeded.
Yeah, Red Baron is CT open. Windscape goes
Down
down.
goes Winscape.
Windscape stayed alive longer than I thought he would. I'll give him that. The position he had earlier, I was getting worried.
Oh, G-Ram making a jump up the hill to get Seraphic power in the back.
Yeah, it's 7v3. They're gonna go in and finish the rest of these guys
And,
off at this point.
We
I will
have
say
talent.
this: there's a moment there. It looked like 228 might pull it off, but they made that critical. Unfortunately, that critical mistake
Yeah.
got made where one of their mechs got picked. Once he got picked, it gave the coalition an opening to go for the
Resource
second
point
pick,
data is ours.
and then it just steamrolled from there, as we saw. All right, let's drop 3, right? See,
Just drop-
coalition 3-0 against 228 so far.
That's correct.
228 doesn't have the kill numbers to show for it, right? But they do have the damage numbers.
Right.
Now, the coalition, they're excellent pilots. They know how to like twist off and shake off damage very well. So it's very important. They're hard to kill. You can core one out, you can get a lucky shot and leave one wide open, ready to get dunked on. But that guy knows how to pull out of the fight just long enough to lose aggro and reposition and stuff. And then re-engage where no one's shooting at him anymore. Next map is series. Team swap does not happen. And Team 1 gets the 5-minute. It's been pretty good, high quality fight. Now, the last 2 drops were a lot of blue lasers, and I might have yawned once or twice, but that's neither here or there. But that's just the opening phase, right? Like chess, which is kind of beautiful to watch in Div A. Yeah, it's a lot like chess. Yeah, I like that. That's a good analogy. It's a big, broad opening, and then you just kind of trade salvos with your opponent until they move a piece to the place where you're waiting for them to, and then once they do, your whole like plan of attack starts unfolding, right? Like some of the best
Right.
chess masters out there. It's beautiful to watch them play. Uh, Overall, in my opinion. While we wait for these teams to ready up, I'm gonna check out the chat that's 5 minutes old. This camera work, yeah, it's not the best. Get used to it. Hat trick mentioned, yeah, okay. I'll give you a cookie, buddy. Is it Easter yet? No. Egg shaped, egg colored. Well, if it's Easter, they won't be egg colored. Filthy compies even painting mechs to match land. Yeah, I know, right? So offensive. How dare they use camouflage as intended?
Yep.
One of these days, camouflage will be a war crime. You mark my words. Camo gray or barf green. Shamrock, if I could ban you, I would for that comment. Ivis yellow and orange. That's the ticket. That's good stuff. Real mech warriors use stock green. No, no, olive drab. Olive drab is terrible. There's a reason why no one in the world really uses it anymore, unless they're a third world country buying surplus. It's a terrible color. Terrible.
That's right, because we all know that dark purple with neon green and neon pink is the way to go.
Dude, okay. If I ever win like the lottery and win like $1 billion, right? That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna get a little personal army. I'm gonna paint, and they're all gonna have
You know,
outfits that are that are exactly what you described.
I always joke that my Jarls could probably be higher if I stopped paying my target like a pinata.
My Yarrows would be higher if I stopped putting smiley faces like on the CT and
Right.
head of my mechs.
Like,
Because
aim here, please.
yeah, because when I went and looked at like the hit boxes of the mech, I realized that the size I made the smiley face right was the exact same width of the CT
As the
hitbox.
hitbox.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, that's a big mistake because all you have to do is just shoot the
The
smiley
smiley
face
face.
and it's
Yep.
guaranteed CT. Oh, did I take it off? No, I left my smiley face on my mech
That's right.
because I'm a glutton for punishment. But I'm aware of it now. Man, why did my Irby get CT'd so easily? I got like it got shot all CT. How's that even possible? Your smiley face. Oh.
Yep.
Next rule should be Marauder rule, unlimited 75-ton Marauders, no bounty hunters. Well, Sir Claw, you that's why you're not allowed to make the rules. Okay? That's ridiculous. 8 Marauder lobbies? No. You should feel bad. That's a
No.
there's no
It'd be better to have.
Go ahead.
It would be better to have. It would be better to have an all Steiner, Steiner Scout drop where you're running 8 Atlases than to run 8
Sir, a
Marauders.
Skyner Scout Lance is like 3 Atlases and awesome.
Negative. It's all.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm not a BattleTech nerd. Like, I love the idea of BattleTech, but I don't know much about the lore outside of like the Katrina Steiner wedding, which is like just a badass piece of fiction. Team One's locked. Oh yeah, yeah. The Chris, what is it? Davion and the wedding. It's Katrina,
Yeah.
right? Katrina Steiner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wedding gift to you is that we're literally going to burn down half the inner sphere.
Yeah. My wedding gift is the Capellan Federation or whatever it was. Yeah, dude, that goosebumps, man, goosebumps. Beautiful, beautiful like fiction. You know, I honestly think now this is going to be very controversial.
Hot take.
All right, Team 2 is locked. I'm going to launch this while I say this hot take that the lore and the story around that wedding, the Katrina Steiner wedding, is George R. Martin levels of good writing. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
if you were gonna invest $200 million into like a mini series, a BattleTech miniseries revolving around that wedding in the war, and at least a little bit of the war, would be the ultimate sci-fi drama up there with like Foundation and like all the other goodies, like it's the Expanse and shit. Like, fucking fight me if you disagree.
Well, and it's funny because the majority, a vast amount of the novels, happen around that time period in some form or fashion, whether in the conflict or not.
Well, did they have like multiple generations of rules that all took place in the same time period? That like 30, 20 or whatever it is?
I'm not going to even pretend to be. A lord
Yeah, I don't know either. All right, I'm looking at blue side here. The coalition. We got Chicken Man and the Irby Mech, Street Cleaner, Vulcan 5S, Longbow 7V, Urban Mech 2C, Shadowcat MI, Executioner M, and Bull Shark 5. While you go over the other mechs, I'm gonna start pulling up some of these guys on.
Yes. Over on I have to make sure over red side. Yep. Seraphic Power in the Marauder 4A. We got Gladisaur in the Stalker 4N. We got Red Baron in the Stalker 7D. Both are binary EYRI-B builds. We've got Andy Lard in the Locust 3V. We got Fire Ant in the Commando Doe. We've got Windscape in the Urban Mech Street Cleaner and Lavadashi in the Summoner G. What's the Street Cleaner got? It looks like mag shot and light PPCs. What am I looking at? Here we go.
Come on, guys! If you're all
Summoner.
paint your mechs black on a black map, I can't click your mechs to look at the builds.
Yeah, Summoner is large pulse lasers with medium pulse lasers.
Heard. There's some shots, just some trades going across the map. Team 2's holding the right quadrant, and it looks like Team 1's holding the left quadrant between Gamma and Theta.
Yeah. Ooh.
This will probably both these teams are going to probably trade this out, and then once one side feels like they got an opening, whether they get a pick or whatever, is probably when we're going to see the opposing team like just
Yeah. Sir Epic Power
drive
also
on
3
in.
binaries, 5 ER meads on that Marauder Marauder 2 4A. It looks definitely more mid-range trade on the 228 side.
Resource point Theta is ours.
Looking at the
Wade's kinda
mini-map,
balled. Yeah, this might.
Blue team has a
Yeah,
mech on every peak right now on the southern half of the map.
yeah, that
Red's
228
completely
wants to
balled
be a
up
mid.
between FCs and Sigma though. That's not going to be good. They're giving up map control, and Blue's taking advantage of it. They have mechs moving into center. Ooh, this mech on center is probably going to get picked here. That'd be the
Yep.
Commando. The Vulcan and the
Yeah,
Urban
he's-
mech are diving the Commando. Oh, I think they legged it. They
Yep,
did. They did. He's going to get picked for free here. They XL checked him. He's not XL, so they're going to finish him off CT. Stalker moves forward to get shots into that fight. I don't know if that was worthwhile because these two pulled out and now they're rotating. They're probably gonna go for him next.
Yeah, and the problem with the Stalker is I think 228 was trying to do like a slow mid-range brawl push on that left side, and he's kind of by himself. It's a lot of weight to just have in the back.
It's a lot of weight to leave on its own. The rest of the team's on FCs. The Stalker's going to die for free because
Yeah,
he's getting
they're
jumped
just-
by two mechs.
Yep, just getting popped.
Glad just fighting for his life here. The Vulcan has perfect back shots, and when he doesn't, the Urban mech does.
Yep, CT open, Glad goes down.
Yeah, Glad goes down. That's a lot of
That's
tonnage
two-
off the
that was
field.
2 free pick, yeah.
And now look,
And-
right by FC's, 228 is completely cornered and surrounded.
Yep.
This is the worst case scenario when you're fighting mechs. You do not want to get pocketed like this. Once you're put in a pocket and surrounded, it is always game over. And I don't
Yeah,
expect
and,
this to
Sir
go
Epic
good for
Power is
228. They're
probably-
just getting farmed from every direction. Lavadashi,
Yep.
Summoner's messed up. Windscape and the Urban Mech just doing what he can, but he's
Marauder
basically
CT
cord
open,
CT. Anilard moving in. I think he thinks he could get a pick here in the Shadowcat, but he just got eaten up by that Executioner. Lavadashi goes down from overheat. Red Baron also dies. Windscape, Poner, and Alilard are going to be dying here all very in short
Epic
order.
Power's CT one touch, he's about to go down.
We've gathered enough resources.
Yep.
This triumph will provide us huge tactical benefits.
Well played by First Jaguar Guards on that one.
Sir, it's called the Coalition.
I'm just reading their name.
I'm just
You're
gonna call
right.
them not JGX. It's not JGX now. Everyone,
I just need to get.
call them not JGX. It's 4 JGX and 3 not JGX. This is not JGX team.
That's right. Just like it's not ME.
Or not EMP, or not 5J. Oh my god, I love the not insert team name here shenanigans.
Yeah.
Oh, we swapped out 4 people of a roster. We're changing our entire name. All right, I'm going to swap teams, and then we're on the last drop of the evening. Wait, what did I do? Oh, hold on. I'm not confusing myself. 1 second. I think teams are correct. I think it's correct.
We're missing one.
Yeah, well, they can figure it out.
you
There, they just did. All right, team 1's on a 5-minute. Pinky Feldman, I love the thought of it, but feel like an invitation would get botched. I'm assuming you're talking about the BattleTech show idea that I was talking about. Yeah. Oh, well, no, actually, no. For example, found like I don't know. I think get off topic here. The on Apple uh Foundation it barely has anything to do with the actual books, right? I mean, the setting is basically the only thing they have in common is some of like the overarching themes. Other than that, the actual details of what happens to individual characters and everything are slightly different, and it's just good TV, right? It's a good drama, like sci-fi drama. And I think they could do the same thing in BattleTech if they gave it a
Yeah.
shot. Just like 40K. Now, hot take. I think BattleTech is more people friendly than 40K is for like your average like
Oh,
consumer
absolutely.
of entertainment, right? Like of television. Um, 40K is will always either be hit or miss because it'll be entirely reliant on the fan base either going all in and supporting a project or not liking it and bailing and leaving it to die. Whereas, like I said, the Katrina Steiner wedding, that hits all the buttons, right? Like Game of Thrones ish. It's Game of Thrones meets like The Expanse. You know what I mean? Like it could be so good. You don't even have to have a lot of mech stuff in it.
Yeah, I just feel like the stories, um, the complexity and nuances of the stories within the BattleTech universe are too nuanced for modern writers to truly understand, and they'll find some way of botching it or trying to, you know, wash it and clean it to make it more appealing. And it's like, no, just dive right in. Treat it like Deep Space Nine. Just go, full send into the deep end
Mhm.
and let it play out.
Yeah, I think BattleTech needs a high budget though. It's not
It,
something you can get away on the Sci-Fi Channel. You know what I mean?
well, I do find it funny, compared to Star Wars and Star Trek, I think it comes in third for the most novels ever written, even though Warhammer's quickly catching up.
Yeah, you might be right. Warhammer novels, I'm not gonna lie, don't have a whole lot of character building. Even the best novels don't. Uh,
Well, that's disappointing. I was going to add some on Audible.
they there's they have beautifully written action scenes. My favorite, I read the Dawn of War books, the Blood Raven books. They're not bad,
Hmm.
but my favorite books, I think they're underappreciated, are the Soul Drinker. The
Hmm.
It's a Space Marine chapter. I don't think they ever made them canon. Like they made Blood Ravens canon from the games. They're now canon to the universe. I don't think Soul Drinkers are. They're only canon to the book series. Both teams are locked. I'm going to launch it. Uh, to make it quick, they have a lot of character-driven stuff because they've been mutated, like the Chaos Marines have with like claws and shit. Because
Wait.
they're either they're either a breakaway chapter from actually one of the rebel legions. They're like a second or third founding chapter that's actually based off the gene seed of one of the rebel legions, or they're off the gene seed of one of the unknown legions that were like marked out of history. They don't know their own history. All they know is like they're hunted by both sides. They're both hunted by Chaos Marines and the Imperium throughout all their books. And all they're trying to do is just save people's lives. It's a pretty good series.
Huh. Sounds like
If you
Great Jedi.
yeah, 100%, 100%. So yeah, if you're into Warhammer books, I recommend the Soul Drinker series. They put all three books into one, and it's like a 1,200 page novel. Just get that. It's like 20 bucks.
I'm on team.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Warhammer.
228 here, blue. Fire Ant and the Commando Doe. We got Dashi and the Bull Shark 2, Poner, Bull Shark 6, Redbeard and the Irby 2C Legend, Gladisaurus, Stone Rider 6,
We have Gamma.
Andy, and the Blackjack 3, and Windscape in the SC.
All right, on the coalition side, we got Monk and the Bull Shark 6. We got Pasha and the Longbow 7V. We got Django in the Vulcan 5S. We have Kraz in the Urban Mech 2C. We have Chicken Man in the Urban Mech Street Cleaner. We got G-Ram in the Blackjack Arrow, and we've got Basalt in the Bull Shark 5. And Django, that 5S is your standard snub mag shot build. See if I can find the rest of the crew. Ah, there's the Street Cleaner.
Yeah. On coalition side, I'm looking at some of their mechs. Bull Shark 6 AC5s, as you would expect. The Bull Shark 5 ER larges and peeps, or sorry, ER larges and Goss. The Blackjack Arrow is your traditional arrow build with the LPL.
Yeah, and the Street Cleaner is dual snubs.
Oh, what's the side? They're doing mag shot. Oh, sorry. I was wrong about the Blackjack. Blackjack is ER peeps and mag shot. Ooh, Fire Ant. Fire Ant just cannot catch a break. He's the last 3 drops. He's eaten so many shots, even when he's in super fast mechs, just crossing ground. Oh, and he just took another hit here. Trying to take this cap point.
Yeah, but right now it seems like the armor numbers are in 228's favor because Kraz is at 86%. Both Urbies have taken quite a bit of damage.
Confirming that we have possession of Kappa.
Armor numbers are in their favor. We're gonna see how this plays out. 228 might have slightly more range.
Yeah, Lavadashi
on this
starting
one.
to get focused. He just took a nasty arty strike. He's at 90% now.
Taken Epsilon.
Ooh, 88%.
Poner over here on the right flank by Theta. Yeah, he's super fresh too. Yeah, we're gonna see how this plays out. Both teams' HP is relatively fine, other than the 2 urban mechs that have eaten a couple shots more than they expected. But other than that, it's not too bad. But these urban mechs, I'm not too worried about.
Hey, watch Monk and the Bull Shark 6. He's creeping up.
See the bull shark on the flank?
He's right, yeah, right close to Theta.
Oh. Okay, I see him.
He's sneaking up.
Yeah, he's walking right up there.
Yeah, if the Vulcan's not careful, Vulcan might. Yeah. Slow pushing the Theta.
Artillery strike
I'm
online.
gonna hop in some cockpits here for a second. Just run through both teams.
Target acquired. New target
Spotted
acquired.
quarter of the resources. Keep it up. Resource point Theta is ours. Attack as primary.
Airstrike
Yes, our epic power
online.
better be careful pushing this far close. But be
Target spotted.
surrounded.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Online.
Attack is primary.
UAV activated.
Oh, jumping in cockpits. I had no idea I could see them do their little command wheel stuff. I've been doing this for years and I had no idea I could see that.
The enemy is at 25%.
Crass using command wheel prompts to mark targets, even so they'll stay marked even after they lose line of sight. Very smart. Alright, goes back through Team 1's.
Forward. Looks like
Windscape's cord CT.
Ooh.
New
He's
target
one mistake
acquired.
away from death.
Servant power drew back. I was gonna say if he rounded that corner, Monk's back was completely turned to him. Oof.
Power Rangers reboot? Oh yeah, that thing was terrible. They did not understand what made Power Rangers like famous. It had nothing to do with like the drama between the teenagers. It literally, like, the only reason Power Rangers was famous was the like big robot fights big monster, and Pink Ranger was hot, right? Like it's 100% what everyone thought. Tell me I'm wrong. No one cared about what their like high school drama, like, oh, I failed a test. Who cares? You're about to jump in a big stompy robot and save the world. You know what I mean? Oh, Windscape just took a huge hit. He traded blows with Chicken Man, but
Oops, sorry, Red
Windscape
Baron.
just got nailed hard CT. Windscape, oh man, Windscape cannot survive another hit CT like that. Red Baron not doing much better. His side torso's open. He's in the Urban Mech 2C Legend, so
Ceramic Power's kind of by himself, and I think he's about to get. It's about to be a bull shark on bull shark action here in the middle.
I'm gonna have to check on that in a second. They have Windscape and Red Baron cornered. Windscape goes down. They're going to pick Red Baron here.
Yep.
He just gets eaten alive. Pasha in the longbow at 78%, but yeah, Monk.
Yeah.
Monk and Poner were trading these blows back and forth, but Pasha's been getting some
both-
shots in too, making it uneven,
both-
and that's
Yeah,
the
they're both in
beauty.
similar shape.
Yeah,
So.
but that's one of the beauties of the Coalition's team is their ability to turn every fight into 2v1 at a blink of an eye. If you're not paying attention, they have a guy that's within range to get into that fight with you.
And actually,
in
this
seconds.
fight with the Stone Rhino is a prime example with Gladisaur getting just nailed by 2-3 mechs at a time.
Yeah. My audio just has like the mask sound.
Ooh, and Lamadashi is about to go down.
Hostiles have collected 50% of their resources. Capture resource points from them to stop the bleeding.
He's at 40%.
They have resource point
New
gamma.
target acquired.
Oh, Gladisaur goes down.
Light
That bull shark's so fresh. Lavadashi getting shot in the butt.
Target destroyed.
He's not gonna be able to do anything against Foxtrot, and he goes down too.
New target acquired.
What's this 2v1 in the middle?
They're after the commando. Firing at the commando. Just being an annoying squirrel. Side torso open, CT open. I think Monk's gonna get this kill.
Center torso.
Monk does not get the kill. Oh, it's not too late, Monk. Oh! Base Salt stole the kill. Monk denied. All right, that's a 5. That's a 5-0.
Yep, that's our second 5-0 of the day that we've seen.
You don't have very ton of faith in Big Stompy Robots 2025. Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, look at Game of Thrones. Some of the in the books they talk about some of the battles and stuff, right? But in the show, they only like show you like the characters about to go into the battle, and then like either later that episode or the next episode show you the aftermath of the battle, right? Like the survivors. But they never show you the actual fights until like the last seasons. But we don't talk about the last seasons because they spent their budget on the wrong things. We got the biggest budget ever. What do we do with it? Half as many episodes. Well, what do we do with the extra money? Let's just copy and paste extra zombies. I don't think the people are going to like that. Fucking send it, boys.
Yeah.
GG's both teams. Now, there's a bit of a one-sided swipe by the Coalition against 228. 228 unfortunately 0-5'd here tonight, but a couple of the matches were closer than they looked. But the Coalition just played fantastic. That's both casts for tonight done. Now, tomorrow around 2 in the afternoon Eastern, that would be 11 a.m. for you West Coasters and 7 p.m. UTC, which is 1700 UTC roughly. I think I'm doing the math right. Hold on, let me ask Google. Did I do the math right? 1700 UTC. Apparently 1800 UTC. God damn it. Okay. 1800 UTC is EYRI versus European Dragoons. That'll be tomorrow afternoon. That'll be the second to the last match of the day or of the week. Then everything will be tallied, and then we'll know where all the standings are. Appreciate everyone coming in and joining the cast. 5 days no longer here. Everyone give him a big round of applause. He's the sexy voice of the cast. I'm the
That's
annoying
right.
nasally voice, and this has been Orc who came in to help out. Everyone give him a round of applause. All right. Tune in next weekend, guys, for more stuff. After this weekend, the top of the leaderboard is going to be pretty divided from the bottom of the leaderboard. So we're going to see where, when the smoke clears, where most teams stand, and some teams have borderline secured first place at this point, and other teams, it's still a fight, and some teams have secured that they won't even get in the top three. So. With that said, thank you guys all for tuning in and showing up and watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Uh, yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed everything. Thank you guys for showing up. Ort, say goodbye, and then I'll cut it out.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, you all have a great evening. Enjoy your weekend.